Chapter 232. Trap. Sure enough, the bamboo sheet is the biggest trap. Even Liao is a trap. Lin Luoran feels something is wrong when she is falling. She is falling into an abyss. Unfortunately, she can't use Wacken inside her body. Rookie Lin hated these scheming seniors to the core. They either confined his divine sense or his spiritual power. Did they dare to come up with something new? She remembers that when she was in the secret land, White Fairy helped her and taught her how to ride a sword. That's how she escaped from the abyss. But now, she can't even use a trace of Wacken. Lin Luoran has never been one to resign herself to fate. Fortunately, her clear eyes are still there, and the darkness doesn't affect her vision. She stares at the wind and opens her eyes. She finds many vines not far away from her feet. Yes, she depends on this thing to save her life. Vines as thick as a baby's arm should be able to bear the impact of her fall, right? Anyway, she has to try. Lin Luoran adjusts the direction of her fall in the air. The vines are like weaving a big net. Lin Luoran is sure that she can fall on it. Soon, she falls in the direction of the vines. Lin Luoran feels pain in her waist. A vine has strangled her waist. The huge impact is like someone hitting her waist with a big stick. Her back is burning. Ordinary people feel pain at this time, but they have to relax for a moment. However, Lin Luoran knows that she can't relax. It's like hitting a ball hard. If it is blocked by the ground, it will bounce up. After being strangled, Lin Luoran is thrown out. She bounces up. She stretches out her arms and quickly wraps them around two thin vines. Her hands are like fried dough twist. Soon, gravity pulls her down. Fortunately, her hands are tangled with the vines. There is no better position to hold them. Lin Luoran finally hangs in the air as she wishes. The price is that Lin Luoran can feel the pain and numbness in her arms through her sleeves. It doesn't feel like her arms. However, at least he managed to keep his life. After flying on the vines for a long time, Lin Luoran finally gets her breath back. Even without the Wacken, the quality of this body is still better than that of ordinary people. Her coordination is very good. She carefully grabs the vines while freeing her other hand. Lin Luoran swings her hand and pulls the vine to another vine which is as thick as an arm. She shakes and sits down. Holding on to her life, she first started to check on her current situation. The sacred pearl space is the most important thing. God takes pity on it. When Lin Luoran finds that her spiritual mind can still go in, she is so happy. She carries a manor with her. Cultivators in the building foundation realm also need to eat. Before looking for a way out, she finds that she is not in danger of running out of food and water. Besides, there is not only food in her space, but also weapons. Even if the bright sword is just a mortal weapon without Reiki, it is still much better than Lin Luoran. Well, she remembers that there are also scorpion venom sacs and snake venoms. She can throw them at Lin when she is unprepared. Lin feels relieved that she has something to protect herself with. The situation is good and Lin feels comfortable. However, she hears moaning under her. Seems a little familiar? Brother Rong, is that you? Since this place is an abyss, it is bottomless. Lin Luoran's voice echoes on the stone wall like ripples. Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Lin Luoran's ears are buzzing. Sister Lin. It is Rong. His voice is not loud, but it is full of energy. Thanks to the echo on the stone wall, Rong calls Sister Lin several times. It is impossible for Lin not to hear it clearly. He couldn't have been injured, right? It makes sense. Lin Luoran is so strong that she still feels dizzy after falling down, let alone Rong who only knows how to read books. Sister, why are you down here? Rong is weak. It seems that he is trying to bear the pain. Lin Luoran is baptized by the echoes again. She really wants to cover her ears and roll her eyes. How did I get down here? I am not looking for you. However, thanks to Rong's nagging, Lin Luoran thinks that they are not far away from each other. She looks at the long vine hanging in her hand. Lin Luoran shakes the vine and asks, "Can I get this to your place?" Rong nods. Then he says, However, it is so dark that Lin Luoran can't see his nod. Hearing his words, Lin Luoran pulls up the vines. After a long time, She finally stops when the vines are hundreds of meters long. Lin Luoran wonders what kind of place this is. Why are the vines so outstanding? Well, is this the right word to use? Lin Luoran jumps down with the vine. This time, Lin Luoran is not falling. Her body is very light. The wind is blowing in her ears. Lin Luoran feels that she is bungee jumping. In fact, Lin Luoran sees Rong with her extraordinary eyesight when the vine is only halfway down. How to put it? Lin Luoran is jealous when she sees Rong. Rong is lying on the top of the abyss. Under him, there is a crisscrossing net of vines, which is even better than a hammock. Xiao Lin's face was full of tears. If she had known this earlier, she wouldn't have thrown herself so hard that her waist was bruised and her arms were wrapped like fried vines. If she had fallen down, wouldn't this net of vines, which was like a hammock hanging in the air above the cliff, catch her? Before Lin Luoran can finish the vine in her hand, she has already landed on the net. She is only a few steps away from Rong. Lin Luoran tests the net and finds that it is strong enough to catch the two of them. Lin Luoran notices that Rong is not in a good mood. What's wrong? Rong's face is covered with sweat. Miss Lin, I'm afraid that my leg is broken. Broken leg? No wonder he is lying still. Thigh or calf? Left calf. Rong says reluctantly. He feels that he is dragging Lin Luoran down. Lin Luoran smiles. It's just a calf fracture. It's not a big deal. Don't worry. Let me have a look. A fracture is not good news. However, compared with a thigh fracture, a person with a calf fracture can move freely, which is good news for them. After all, Lin Luoran's Reiki is limited and she can't use the healing spell. Lin Luoran carefully rolls up Rong's trousers. As expected, the angle of his calf is wrong. His leg is indeed broken. Lin Luoran is not an orthopedic doctor, but she has studied medicine for the sake of making elixirs. Medicine and medicine should not be separated. The space in the bead is Lin Luoran's capital. If she wants to make full use of the spirit herbs in the bead, she has to be able to identify the patient's condition. Rong's calf is swollen like a cake. The purple and red part in the middle is where the fracture is. Do you want a peach, or do you like apples or grapes? Lin Luoran takes out a big peach from the space and hands it to Rong. Looking at the big red peach, Rong swallows. He has been in pain for a long time, so he feels thirsty. Though he doesn't know how Lin Luoran hid the peach, he can't forget the taste of the fruits in Lin's house. Rong takes over the peach. Sister Lin is so considerate. She cares that he is thirsty. Rong takes a bite of the peach. It tastes better than what he had in Lin's house. However, the peach tree has just bloomed. A few days ago, he saw peaches the size of a fingernail in the backyard of Lin's house. How can he eat them? The peach is delicious. Rong is intoxicated by it. With the peach in his mouth, he feels a sharp pain in his calf. Sweating profusely, Rong stares at Lin Luoran with the peach in his mouth. All right, I've set your leg. Don't move. I'll apply medicine to your wound. Sister Lin, you are so strong. So this peach was to divert my attention. Lin Luoran finds 2 spirit herbs from the space. She squeezes out the juice and applies it to Rong's wound. Then she finds a piece of cloth and a wooden board to fix the wound. Rong's wound is cool. He only feels pain when the bones are connected. He knows that the 2 herbs Lin Luoran gave him must be extraordinary. He wants to say something, but he doesn't say anything in the end. Don't do anything strenuous these days. You should be fine. The 2 spirit herbs are used to make grade 3 boluses. Relieving swelling and removing blood stasis is only one of the effects. Lin Luoran can't refine them now, so most of them are wasted. However, she doesn't mind using them to treat Rong. There is no day or night in this place. Lin Luoran has no wacken and her spiritual mind can't reach the end. The only thing they can do is to chat. It turns out that Rong noticed the strange pattern on the floor tile and dropped it when he touched it. He couldn't control his speed. When he fell into the net of vines, he bounced on the stone and broke his leg. Rong knows that Lin Luoran's cultivation is sealed and she can't use her magic spells. He is worried about her. However, Lin Luoran's calmness gives him a lot of strength. Is he the only one who found the telescope? Lin Luoran keeps silent and thinks about the strange thing. Sister Lin, where are we? There is no record on the bamboo sheets. After talking for a while, Rong almost tells Lin about the embarrassing incident when he burned a girl's braid in elementary school. Lin Luoran laughs. Where can we be? It looks like a place used to lock criminals in the Dragon Palace. Nobody can escape once they are put in here. On the other side, Rong is so tired that he has fallen asleep. The more Lin Luoran thinks about it, the more she feels that this place is like a prison. Otherwise, how can Wacken be sealed? The prison is to prevent people from escaping. How unlucky! Lin Luoran and Rong don't know how many days they have been here. When they are hungry, they eat some fruits or change their taste. Lin Luoran has salmon in her space. When she is sleepy, she goes to sleep. Lin Luoran has no Wacken inside her body, so she can't meditate. She feels tired, but she can't get rid of her tiredness by cultivation. Therefore, she has to use the most ancient way, sleep. After eating, they sleep, and then they eat again. They live like pigs. However, it is inconvenient for them to take a bath. They smell rancid. One time, Rong wakes up and finds that Lin Luoran's eyes are shining in the dark. He shivers and says, Sister Lin. Brother Rong, we can't do this. Shall we try to go down today? Chapter 233. Though there is good food and drinks here, they can't lie here for the rest of their lives. Rong tries to stand up. His calf doesn't hurt anymore. However, Lin says that he can't remove the plank because his bones haven't recovered yet. Rong and Rong decide to go down. Lin Luoran is thinking about these giant vines. Lin Luoran is light, so she has no problem jumping on the rocks. She pulls off many strong vines and cuts them with the bright sword. She knots all the vines, which are hundreds of meters long. A giant rope keeps Lin busy for a long time. She doesn't know how long the vines are, but they are piled up like a hill, even higher than her and Rong. Lin pry a big rock off the end of the rope and pushes the vines down. They can't see the situation down there in the mist. Lin doesn't start to pull up until all the vines are tied down. The last vine is wet, and Lin is happy. When the rock is pulled up, it is also wet. Rong and Rong both know what is going on down there. Their giant rope is very long, and the bottom part of it is soaked in water. It proves that there is water in the abyss. There is water in the abyss. This is good news. On one hand, the water can offset the impact. On the other hand, if there is running water, they may find the exit. Lin Luoran starts to dig into the mountain. She wants to tie the vine ropes to the net, but she worries that the vines can't hold on the rocks because of the impact. She takes out the bright sword and starts to dig holes on the rocks. She wants to hollow the inside of the net and leave some rocks on the outside. She wants to put the vines through the net to fix the end. The rocks she leaves outside are very thick. It is not easy to hollow the two ends of the net. Fortunately, the bright sword is sharp. Lin has been through bone marrow cleansing and tendons cleansing, so she is very strong. However, she is dirty because of the debris. Rong has known Lin for the first time. Even in a crowded and noisy train, Lin could be at ease as if she was enjoying tea at home. Rong has never seen her so embarrassed. Well, it seems that cultivators don't agree either. Rong sighs and continues to pull the vines. Lin gives him the task of checking if the vines are tied firmly. They work for a long time. When Lin Luoran feels tired, they finally dig through the rock. Because they had taken a lot of vines, the net under their feet was not as strong as before, so they had to be careful when walking. Lin Luoran decides to have a good meal since she has to have enough physical strength before taking action. This time, she didn't just take out fruits, she also took out a small jar of spiritual wine. The wine is made by Lin herself. The wine is mild. Rong feels warm after drinking 2 cups. Lin drinks a cup of the best monkey wine made by the old monkey. She feels the magnificent Reiki rushing through her meridians. Unfortunately, her pubic region is still closed and she can't use any Reiki. The monkey wine only makes her feel better and warm. Most of the Reiki is wasted. Well, I'll go down first. I'll pull the vines when I'm free. You can come down later. Lin Luoran pats her clothes and says. Rong has no other choice. His foot is not healed yet. If there is danger down there, Lin Luoran will be a burden to him. Therefore, Rong has to let Lin Luoran go first. Senior sister Lin, be careful. Lin Luoran nods. She wraps the other end of the vine around her hand and jumps down first. Rong sees that Lin Luoran is already out of sight. He admires Lin's courage. One day, he will have to be a handsome man to stand beside Sister Lin and watch the passing years with her. Lin Luoran is not graceful at all when she is falling down. Her hair is flying in the wind. Lin Luoran looks like Mei Chaofeng. After a long time, she finally falls into the water. With a splash, the water splashes. The water is so deep and cold. Lin Luoran swallows a lot of water. When she comes to the surface, she has washed off almost all the dirty things on her body. However, she can't help shivering. The water is so cold. If she didn't drink the monkey wine before jumping down, she wouldn't know how cold it would be. Lin Luoran looks around. The pool is very deep, with a radius of only about 10 feet. She pulls the vines and swims to the shore. Rong starts to pull the vines up. Lin Luoran has already swum to the shore. The darkness can't block her vision. Lin Luoran looks around and her eyes brighten up. When Rong jumps down, water splashes everywhere. The impact hurts his injured leg. The pain and coldness make Rong almost unable to get out of the water. Suddenly, there is a fire on the shore. Lin Luoran looks at him with a smile. She throws a vine into the water and pulls Rong up. The fire dispels the coldness in Rong's body. He sees Lin Luoran magically takes out a pile of meat and seasonings. She skewers them on a stick and starts to roast the meat. Lin Luoran can't use fire wacken, so she takes the stick to the small volcano in her space to start the fire. She picks up the firewood nearby. The ground is full of dead branches. It must have been green before. However, after the dragons left, the forest has become so dilapidated. Sister Lin, what is this meat? Rong's teeth are chattering because of the cold. Venison. Lin Luoran catches it on her way to Mount Jiuhua. She doesn't expect to use it now. The aroma of the venison fills the air. After Lin Luoran sprinkles salt and chili powder on it, Rong sniffs. This is roast venison skewers. Well, as long as he follows Lin Luoran, he can eat meat. Rong grimaces because of the heat. The venison is not much, but it makes him feel refreshed. After the skewers are finished and the clothes are dry, Lin Luoran makes a torch. She gives a stick to Rong and they start to search the place. It's so cold here that they can't stay for a long time. They have to move forward. The path is neat. It doesn't seem to be natural. It must be man-made. Lin Luoran and Rong look at each other. They don't know what this place is for. The fire is dim. Lin Luoran looks at the road from time to time. There are deep cracks on the smooth stone walls. Are they scratched by some creatures? Is it a dragon? Lin Luoran and Rong speed up. Rong can't walk with his left foot. It's hilarious. However, no one can laugh at this moment. A heavy atmosphere pressed down on the two of them. They were here to search for the Dragon Clan's relic, not to confront the divine dragon. The dragon race must have left. Lin Luoran clenches her fists. Not just the walls, there were also cracks and holes of different sizes on the ground. Some of them did not look like scratches. If one were to imagine, it would be more like the traces of bizarre magical equipment and spells left by two parties in a fierce battle. After walking for a long time, they see an arched cave in front of them. The cave is about the height of 3 or 4 people. The iron door is locked and the copper lock is rusty. Water race, stop. This is the Shui script chiseled on the entrance of the cave. The dragon pattern is looming. The identity of the person who left the message is clear. Sister, we are not the water race. It's rare for Rong to be so considerate. Lin Luoran pushes the iron door hard. To her surprise, the door doesn't open, but falls backward. Few things can stand the ravages of time, even the forbidden area of the dragon race. The door falls, raising a lot of dust. The cave has not been ventilated for many years. A rotten smell comes in. The air quality is not up to standard. Lin Luoran waits patiently for a while. When the foul air is almost gone, she and Rong go in. The fire lights up the cave. Rong finds the lamp on the wall first. Lin Luoran lights up the copper lamp with a torch. A fragrance fills the air. Rong is worried that the smell is poisonous. Lin Luoran waves her hand. It's okay. It should be the special smell of the everlasting lamp. Of course, Rong knows about the everlasting lamp. Oil will decompose and disappear with the passage of time. It is said that only the oil extracted from mermaids can last forever. It is called the everlasting lamp. There is an everlasting lamp in the mausoleum of the first emperor of the state of Huaxia. Thinking that the oil is made from a creature with a mermaid's appearance, Rong feels nauseous because of the fragrance of the oil. Lin Luoran has lit up the oil lamps on the wall one by one. The copper lamps are not big, but there is one every few steps. The whole cave is as bright as day. This place has a radius of hundreds of feet and a height of more than 10 meters. Under the light of the oil lamps, there is no place to hide. Therefore, Lin Luoran and Rong find a skeleton in the center of the cave first. Ah! Rong's eyes are wide open. Even Lin Luoran is shocked. The bones of the skeleton are as clear as jade. Under the fire, they are crystal clear. More importantly, Lin Luoran has never seen such a big skeleton before. Whale skeleton? Dinosaur fossil? No, they are not long enough. The two horns on the skull tell Lin Luoran and Rong what it is. However, Lin Luoran can't believe it. In fact, anyone would be stunned to see something that looked like a dragon skeleton in front of them. That was a divine dragon. Even if it was a dead dragon, its skeleton would still give off an indescribable pressure. Chapter 234. Time may be the most powerful weapon in the world. It can change people's minds, make them forget their emotions and mend their wounds. Compared with the vicissitudes of life, it is possible that the dragon was killed by time. Sister, are you saying that it was starved to death? Rong touches a bone carefully. The bone is as shiny as jade, which makes it look like a living thing. Lin Luoran's eyes dim. Look at it. Did it die a normal death? A chain as thick as a calf goes through the ribs of the skeleton and is fixed to the big pillars on both sides. Although the dragon had turned into bone, the chain was still as new as it was in the beginning, shining with a cold light. The place where the chain goes through is called the scapula. Lin Luoran remembers the legend of the white snake when she was little. Yi Tong, who played the role of Su Xian, was pierced through the scapula by Lord Liang's son with an iron chain. Lin Luoran was scared by the heart-wrenching scream of Su Xian. Being pierced through the scapula is very painful. On the ground in front of the skeleton, there were some messy pits. Perhaps this was the result of the hysterical claws of the giant dragon that had been imprisoned in the past when it was trying to escape. Lin Luoran looks at the skeleton and realizes what is going on. The forbidden area of the water nationality is probably a place for serious criminals. That is why the cliff of the abyss restricts Wacken. Even the dragon can't escape. Do they really have a way to get out? Lin Luoran buries these thoughts in her heart. She doesn't say it out loud to increase the pressure on Rong. According to the contents of the bamboo slips, they come all the way to find treasures. However, they don't see the marked place of the treasure house. Instead, they fall into the prison of the Dragon Palace. Is it possible that someone deliberately leaked the information in the Dongting Dragon Palace and deliberately led the treasure hunters to come here? Lin Luoran feels that her guess is reasonable. However, the migration of the dragon nationality doesn't mean that there are no human cultivators here. By chance, they might be the first human cultivators to come here after the departure of the dragon nationality. What crime did the colossal dragon commit for the dragon clan to treat it like this? What is the plan of the person who led them here? Lin Luoran feels that she is trapped in a conspiracy and has a splitting headache. Forget it, no matter who was behind this, they probably didn't expect that by the time someone arrived here, the giant dragon of the past had already turned into a pile of bones. Since it was dead, there was no way for it to jump around anymore. Lin Luoran is afraid of being possessed, so she has been on guard. She checks the skeleton carefully and doesn't miss any detail. She doesn't find any remnant soul, but there is a wave of energy in the belly of the skeleton. Lin Luoran asks Rong to step back and she climbs under the skeleton. A round colorful bead is lying in a black paste. Lin Luoran picks it up. Her wacken is now sealed. As soon as the iridescent bead is in her hand, she can feel the majestic and pure power in the bead without checking it. Looking at the cool air emitting from her palm, it doesn't seem to be one of the wacken of the 5 elements. Is it a power of a higher level than wacken? Dragon Ball. This is a Dragon Ball. Only the Dragon Ball that contains the power of the dragon can explain the state of the earthly bead. For a moment, Lin feels that her hands are shaking. Lin Luoran doesn't dare to test it with her spiritual mind. She is afraid that something bad will happen, so she throws the bead that seems to be a Dragon Ball into the space. As soon as the iridescent bead is in the space, the fire phoenix jumps out again while Lin is studying the skeleton. It flies around the bead, identifies the authenticity of the iridescent bead, and argues with the silver fish. Lin Luoran comes in with a bone in her hand and sees that the fire phoenix is about to peck at the iridescent bead. Lin Luoran's eyes turn red because of anger. She is so confused that she doesn't care about her image anymore. Lin rushes at the phoenix. The silver fish is startled and jumps into the air. The fire phoenix flaps its wings and flies up. It finally swallows the iridescent bead. Lin Luoran holds the phoenix's upper body and is carried into the air by the fire phoenix. The sky in the space is not high. Lin Luoran holds the feet of the fire phoenix tightly. From time to time, the phoenix flies over the branches of the apple tree or the thorns of the chestnut tree. The fire phoenix is furious, but Lin Luoran doesn't let go. The fire phoenix is so angry that it yells, "Stingy! This dragon tribe is useless to you human cultivators. You don't accept the precious dragon marrow, so why are you hugging me?" Her voice was crisp and clear, as if she had bitten into a fragrant cashew that had just come out of the pot. As it is talking, it lands under the apple tree, waiting for a chance to escape into the cabin. Lin Luoran is stunned. Did the fire phoenix speak? What is the dragon marrow? The marrow of a giant dragon? I don't care. You ate my strange fire and stole my iridescent bead. You don't look like a king at all. Spit it out. Spit it out. Lin Luoran decides to throw caution to the wind. She shakes the neck of the fire phoenix hard, as if she will not stop until it spits out the iridescent bead. The fire phoenix is dizzy. When it is about to get angry, the silver fish comes from the air, wagging its tail. The silver fish says softly, "Why don't you give the bead back to her?" It is a soft voice of a little girl. The silver fish also speaks. "Oh my God, what day is it today?" Lin Luoran has no time to be surprised. She nods hard. Seeing the arrogant fire phoenix grabbing the iridescent bead, she knows how precious the iridescent bead is. Lin Luoran can't just give it away. "You are so hateful. You owe me for saving your life. What's wrong with giving me a iridescent bead?" Seeing that the silver fish is also on Lin Luoran's side, the fire phoenix has to be patient and tries to reason with Lin Luoran. Saving my life? Is it referring to the time when the woman in white was possessed in the secret land? Lin Luoran remembers quickly, but she still shakes her head like a rattle. My life is not as valuable as the iridescent bead. That's a different matter. Give me back the iridescent bead first, and then I'll pay you back. The fire phoenix finally gets to know how thick-skinned human cultivators are. It is so angry that it is about to leave Lin Luoran and fly into the house. However, it sees the silver fish looking at it with an obedient face. The fire phoenix calms down. "Okay, let's make a deal. The iridescent bead belongs to me, and I'll give you some compensation." Lin Luoran stops herself from curling up her mouth and nods reluctantly. "Take me to the cabin." Lin Luoran's first condition makes the fire phoenix so angry that it wants to slap her away. "No, it's not up to me whether you can enter the cabin or not. It's not the right time. You have to wait patiently. Is this not okay?" Lin Luoran rolls her eyes. Cultivation method, the origin of the bead, the way to enter the cabin. Pick one of these conditions. The fire phoenix sneers. "Even if I give you the cultivation method of my royal family, you will still explode and die. Little cultivator, don't be too greedy." Lin Luoran says many conditions, but they are all rejected by the fire phoenix. Lin Luoran is discouraged. Thinking that Rong Donglin is still outside, she lets go of the fire phoenix. Seeing that Lin Luoran doesn't ask for more conditions, the fire phoenix drags the silver fish away. On the way back, the silver fish stares at it with kindness. Thinking that it can't go back on its words in front of the silver fish, the fire phoenix turns around and says, "I'm not a stingy person. If you have any questions in the future, I'll tell you everything I can." What do you think? What else can she do? This is the most important help for Lin Luoran now. She smiles happily. "Soul wood, I'm looking for soul wood." Such a small thing. The fire phoenix rolls its eyes and replies lazily, "I see. Anything else? What is the dragon marrow? Also, why can't we use Wacken here? You are friends with the dragon race, right? Do you know how to get out of here?" Lin Luoran asks a lot of questions. She speaks so fast that the silverfish is stunned and the fire phoenix's brain goes blank. What kind of person is she? Yen percent and, after a few days together, Rong is used to Lin Luoran's sudden disappearance and sudden reappearance. In his eyes, these are all the tricks of an immortal. Therefore, he never asks where Lin Luoran goes. This time, he waits for half an hour before Lin Luoran shows up again. Holding the bone in his hand, Rong is grinning from ear to ear. First, he pushes the huge dragon bone aside. Then, he uses his sword to scrape the black paste on the ground and puts it in a jade box. "Sister, you really don't mind the dirt. I'm impressed." Lin Luoran is working hard. She answers without raising her head, "Dirt? Do you know what this is? Dragon marrow. This is probably the last dragon marrow on the earth. Why should I mind it? It's good for making elixirs." According to the fire phoenix, even in the era when there were many powerful cultivators, few people dared to use dragon marrow to make elixirs. Lin Luoran is so lucky to have found it. Dragon marrow? Rong doesn't know what the black thing can do. He guesses that it may be useful to cultivators like him. He strolls around and sees Sister Lin, who used to be smiling calmly in his heart. She is thinking about something and murmuring to herself, "There should be dragon tendons. Where's the dragon tendons?" Rong almost faints. Sister Lin doesn't even want to let go of the dragon tendons. Seeing that the ground is clean, Rong laughs and says, "Sister, why don't you take this skeleton too? It's not going to be a waste." The skeleton is over 100 meters long and huge. Rong thinks that it's impossible to take it away. He is just joking with Lin Luoran. However, Lin Luoran gives him, "You have a bright future, look." "Brother Rong, that's a great idea." Fire Phoenix said that every part of a dragon's body is a treasure. Lin Luoran doesn't want to let go of this huge skeleton. Since she can't find the dragon tendons, she decides to take the skeleton first. Seeing that Lin Luoran is going to pick up the scattered bones, Rong almost trips over himself. Is this really Sister Lin? She is Lin the Exploiter. Chapter 235. Because the dragon's flesh is rotten, the iron chain is tied to the dragon's shoulder blade. There is no gap at all. Lin's hands are numb when the bright sword hits the chain. However, the iron chain is not affected at all. Lin is afraid that the bright sword will be chipped if she keeps cutting it, so she gives up on the rib. She removes the dragon bones from the joints and puts them into the space in batches. If the space were not so big, Lin would not have enough space to store the dragon bones. Even so, the bones are piled higher than the tallest apple tree in the space. The fire phoenix and the silver fish have talked to Lin, so they can't pretend to be indifferent anymore. They occupy the swing under the apple tree and point at the dragon bones. Lin has no time to talk to them. She turns around and leaves the space. There is still a rib on the iron ring, but the fire phoenix wants a complete set of dragon bones. Lin doesn't know what it can be used for, but she has a feeling that it will be worthwhile to give some benefits to the fire phoenix which has lived for many years. How can I get it off? Lin holds the rib which is as thick as an adult's arm and thinks. Rong doesn't want to look at her at all. Lin has ruined her image today. She doesn't even let go of the last bone, which makes him feel stressed. Rong's foot is still injured, and the bag of pearls on his back is very heavy. He hops to the pillar to have a rest. Sister, why don't you cut off the pillar and take it away with the chain? Take it away with the chain? Lin's heart beats fast when she thinks about something that can tie up the dragon. Isn't this the perfect material for making weapons? Calm down, calm down. Lin's Taoist heart can't be so impetuous. She breathes heavily. However, Rong's suggestion gives her a new idea. If she can't remove the dragon bones, why not take the chain with her? Lin starts to look at the pillar. It looks like an ordinary stone, but there are some auspicious clouds carved on it. The dragon's shadow looms in the clouds. It is a typical dragon palace. Nothing out of the ordinary happened. When the bright sword slashed down, there wasn't even a sound. The stone pillar wasn't damaged, and the bright sword didn't chip either. It was as if this powerful strike had landed on cotton. No matter what plan he had, it was all for naught. What about digging down? A dragon's claws could dig holes in the ground, so it should be easier than a pillar, right? Lin Luoran starts to dig under Rong's watchful eyes. Soon, she realizes that she has underestimated the dragon. As a dragon whose power is sealed and imprisoned in the dungeon, it can obviously do more than Lin Luoran, a cultivator in the level of laying foundation. The dragon's claws can dig deep holes. If it were Lin Luoran, she would only get sweating after working for half a day. She is about to go back to the space to ask Fire Phoenix for advice when her spiritual mind senses the existence of other people. Lin Luoran's spiritual mind detects that someone has fallen into the water at the place where she was just now. The latter had also discovered this path and was quickly running towards them. The middle period of training chi has passed, and the later period of training chi is not enough, and has also come down. Lin Luoran has just put away her sword when it is running halfway. 3 more people fall into the pool. Needless to say, this time it must be Xen Yuanping and the other 2. Lin Luoran looks at the chain under her feet and wants to cry. These people just don't want to give her more time. They are all rushing to come to the prison. Perhaps with the help of the magic figure, and comes quickly. Soon, he appears in the brightly lit prison. His clothes and pants are dripping with water all the way. He is shivering because of the cold spring. Seeing the light, he looks around in surprise. Soon, he finds Lin Luoran and Lin Luoran. His face is full of joy. Master Li, you are here? That's great. An's teeth are chattering. He looks harmless, but Lin Luoran is not as happy as him. She has confiscated the chain. At this time, in leads Xen Yuanping here. Lin Luoran has nothing to be happy about. What's wrong with you? Lin Luoran asks even though she knows the answer. And must have been cornered by Xen Yuanping and fell into the abyss. They may have found something valuable outside and they both want to fight for it. And puts a paper figure on his body. Smoke starts to come out from the soles of his feet. The water vapor on his body evaporates quickly and his clothes are soon dried. This is the first time that Lin Luoran really envies Qingqing Taoist Temple. Although the figure is flawed in fighting, it is an inherent reserve of attack. In this place where everyone's power is confined, the figure is really advantageous. And finally stops chattering. Master Lin, it's so strange here. I can't use the Reiki in my body. Oh no, the witch is here. Lin Luoran smiles. So what if Xen Yuanping is here? Lin Luoran doesn't believe that this place only restricts cultivators. Is it a paradise for evil cultivators? Lin Luoran is about to talk to An. The latter looks frightened. Master Lin, the witch is prepared. I'm afraid she won't let us go. Let's hide for a while. Ah, little Taoist, the Dragon Palace is not big. Where can you hide? Xen Yuanping finally shows up at the entrance of the cave, followed by Ellie and Li Anping who are all wet and lifeless. Unlike An, only the hem of Xian's dress is a little wet. It seems that Ellie and Li Anping are the scapegoats. This woman doesn't look embarrassed in the cold pond. Xen Yuanping takes a look at Lin Luoran and then her eyes fall on the chain on the ground. The rib bone that Lin Luoran can't get is stuck on the chain. Xian's eyelids twitch. You took the dragon bone. Not only the dragon bone, but also the dragon marrow, the dragon ball. Thinking that all these things are in Lin Luoran's hands, Xen can't keep her smile. She looks terrible, and has suffered a lot in Xian's hands. He looks at her warily and steps back to Lin Luoran. Give me the dragon bone. Didn't we agree at the beginning that you only want the soul wood and I can choose the rest? Xen strokes her hair behind her ear. Her expression changes so fast that it is like the change of face in Sichuan opera. As soon as Exan shows up, Lin Luoran notices that the dragon bone is gone. Her expression changes immediately. Even the dragon marrow on the ground has been scraped clean. Judging from the bone on the chain, Lin Luoran knows that there should be a set of dragon bones here. Xian's knowledge of the Dragon Palace makes Lin Luoran feel a little uneasy. Did Xian Yuanping know that there used to be a dragon imprisoned here? Did she come here for the dragon bones? What about An? Is he also here for this place? Lin Luoran stands still. Suddenly, she feels that it is a very unwise choice to let An stand behind her. Watch out! Rong shouts. Lin Luoran feels a chill down her spine. She quickly steps aside, but her left foot is already in a strange condition. Lin Luoran leans on Rong's side. She glances at the figure on her left foot and finds that it is glowing. Lin Luoran's left foot is so stiff that she can't move. Master Lin, this is the petrification figure. As long as you don't move, it will do no harm to your body. An retracts his hand and explains anxiously. It seems that he is forced to do this. The embarrassment on his face can't suppress the coldness in Lin Luoran's heart. Haha, what a petrification figure. Even though Lin Luoran doesn't know An very well, she feels that she has been stabbed in the back and betrayed. 3 or 4 years ago, the superior of Qingqing Taoist Temple was entrusted by Master Mu and Master Guo to protect the Lin family. Young Taoist and was very nice to Luo Dong and often discussed cooking with Mrs. Lin. Lin Luoran still remembers that when this young Taoist came to deliver a book to her, he looked childish and shy and asked her if she was Sister Lin. Time flies. Now An calls her Master Lin, with more and more respect. However, he throws a petrification figure to her without hesitation. People are cunning. Well, Lin Luoran still remembers that 3 years ago, when she saw An being caught by Xian Yuanping, she couldn't bear to join the fight. Huizhu could have defeated Xian Yuanping, but he deliberately let her win. In the end, Lin Luoran was taken to the blood pool in the underground palace and suffered the torture. Good, very good. Lin Luoran has been in trouble twice in the hands of the Qingqing Taoist Temple. I'm not qualified to be your Master Lin. Master An, what did Xian Yuanping promise you? Why did you do this? According to Lin Luoran's character, she won't talk to An anymore after being stabbed in the back. At this time, both she and Rong can't move, so they can only stall for time. Of course, An can sense the disdain in Lin Luoran's words. He is stunned. It seems that somewhere in his heart becomes cold. After struggling for a few seconds, An seems to break out of the cocoon and become a butterfly. The shyness and childishness of young people can no longer be seen on his face. He says lightly, "Dragon marrow." If the old Taoist Huizhu saw An like this, he would feel comforted. And is already a qualified successor. The useless kindness is abandoned by An in Lin Luoran's disdain. He moves to stand beside Xian Yuanping. One of them is the descendant of a famous family in the world of cultivation, and the other is a female evil cultivator who captures people to make medicine. Lin Luoran feels all kinds of irony. They know so much about the dragon bone and dragon marrow. If Lin Luoran can't see the weirdness in it, she will have lived in vain all these years. Xian Yuanping smiles happily. Lin Lun, people say that you are good to people, but so what? When this little Taoist threw the petrification talisman, he didn't hesitate at all. You righteous cultivators are despicable and despicable. You are much more ruthless than us devil cultivators. You might as well abandon the righteous path and join the devil path with me. Join the evil path with you? I don't like the dirty blood pool. Only a fly like you can live there. Lin Luoran says slowly. In fact, her left foot is completely stiff. The feeling of petrification is spreading from her left foot to the rest of her body. Master Lin, I only need a little bit of dragon marrow. As long as you are willing to give it to me, I will remove the figure for you right away. An interrupts. Only a little bit? Lin Luoran curls her lips. You must be kidding. Xian Yuanping covers her mouth and laughs. Little Taoist, don't be so naive. Do you think Lin Luoran will let you go after you remove the figure for her? Chapter 236. Will she let him go? Lin Luoran is not a Mary Sue. If she could move now, she would definitely kill him with her sword. No matter what the reason is, she can't hide his actions. Lin Luoran is not a stingy person. If Qingcheng Taoist Temple can give her some dragon marrow, Lin Luoran will certainly exchange it. If they went on an adventure together, she would probably be willing to share some of the dragon marrow with Shaoan. However, she didn't expect that An would cooperate with Xian Yuanping and use such a dirty trick. Xian Yuanping sees that both of them look strange. She won't give them time to leave her alone and say, "It's useless to say more. It's useless to say more. Lin Luoran, do you want the dragon bone and marrow or your life?" "Master Lin, I really just want some dragon marrow." Their noisy voices ring in Lin Luoran's ears like two annoying flies. Lin Luoran feels stiff all the way to her waist. She is stalling for time, but they are also waiting for the petrification figure to work so that they can get what she has without any effort. Rong Donglin holds his stick and looks at her worriedly. Lin Luoran can see that he is telling her to take off the figure. What a naive kid. If the figure of Qingcheng Taoist Temple could be taken off easily, they would have died hundreds of times when they fought against their enemies. Now she has to take a gamble. Lin Luoran is thinking, but her face is trembling. It seems that she can't control her facial expression because of the spreading of the petrifying figure and the feeling of being stiff and powerless. "Oh, we can't move our cultivator of laying foundation. Ellie, go and search her. Don't let go of anything." Xian Yuanping is also afraid that this is a trap. Although Wacken is restricted here, a cultivator of the level of laying foundation must have some tricks up her sleeve. Being searched by her former rival in love, Xian Yuanping guesses that Lin Luoran must be furious. Xian Yuanping glances at him and is holding several pieces of figure paper in his hand, ready to deal with Lin Luoran's counterattack. Ellie is soaked, but she can't hide her excitement. Ellie still remembers the slap that Lin Luoran gave her in Rueli. Humiliating Lin Luoran has long been one of the most important goals in Ellie's life. Now she is going to achieve it in front of everyone. How can she not be ecstatic? She walks to Lin Luoran and doesn't miss the fear in Lin Luoran's eyes. AI raises her right hand. Her first action is not to search Lin Luoran. Instead, she slaps Lin Luoran in the face. "Senior Sister Lin. Junior Master Lin." It's Rong and An who are talking. Even Li Anping looks a bit nervous. As elegant as Lin Luoran is, it is a great humiliation for her to be searched in public. Except for Xian Yuanping, no one has expected that Ellie would do this. Lin Luoran's cheeks turn red. Anger rises from the bottom of her feet. She knows that Ellie is taking revenge for the slap she gave her in Rueli. Lin Luoran doesn't regret slapping Ellie at all. What she is angry about is that she didn't get rid of Ellie completely. At that time, his heart was still too soft, wasn't it? "No, I won't be soft-hearted in the future. I'm sorry. I failed. You won't blame me, right?" Ellie is still wet, but her eyes are brighter than ever. The glory at this moment and the satisfaction of revenge make her feel that it is totally worth it to bow down to Xian Yuanping. Who would believe that she made a mistake? Rong can't accept it. He pushes Ellie a few steps back with the wooden stick in his hand and says, "Don't go too far." Xian Yuanping smiles and gives Li Anping a look. Li Anping steps forward and pulls Rong away. Lin Luoran feels ashamed and angry, but she can't move, and still has a lot of figure papers. Xian Yuanping brought two ordinary people who used to be involved with Lin Luoran. Lin Luoran has to get rid of them all at once. She can only bear it. Ellie starts to search Lin Luoran proudly. Lin Luoran is wearing casual clothes without pockets. In fact, she doesn't have a storage bag or anything like that. Ellie is obviously teasing Lin Luoran. Lin Luoran's hair is tied up in a ponytail, so she can't hide anything. What? She doesn't have anything with her? Ellie looks at Lin Luoran carefully. Her eyes fall on an inconspicuous bead on Lin Luoran's right hand, which looks familiar to her. What is this? The more Ellie looks at the bead, the more familiar it is. The cuffs of Lin Luoran's clothes are too tight. Ellie tore half of Lin Luoran's sleeves, revealing her white wrist. Lin Luoran doesn't resist at all. Does the little Taoist's petrification figure really control her? Xen Yuanping narrows her eyes when she sees the silver thread piercing the beads. Is it a space magic weapon? In the world of cultivation where only storage bags exist, people say that Lin Luoran has a master in the level of bearing essence if she has a more advanced storage magic weapon. So what? Huizhu is also in the later stage of laying foundation. As long as she gets the dragon bone and the dragon ball, a cultivator in the level of bearing essence will be nothing to be afraid of. Besides, except for the Dragon Palace, no one knows that she killed Lin Luoran. Ellie, take off her bead. Yes. The silver thread is so thin that Ellie breaks it from the middle with a little effort. You can't touch it? Lin Luoran is anxious. She opens her mouth but can't say a word. The petrification figure seems to have spread to her head. The bead is warm and falls on Ellie's palm with Lin Luoran's body temperature. Looking at Lin Luoran's expression, everyone knows that they have found the right thing. Ellie still feels that the bead looks familiar, but the bead has no special features, so she can't remember. She steps forward and hands the bead to Xan Yuanping respectfully. Xan Yuanping still has a lingering fear of the Reiki bomb 3 years ago, so she holds the bead carefully. After making sure that the bead is not dangerous, she looks at it carefully. Xan Yuanping's spiritual mind is like a stone sinking into the sea. There is no reaction at all. Interesting. Xan Yuanping throws the bead up. Young Taoist, and why don't you do it? Do it? Anne's expression changes. We agreed that we would only take the things. Xan Yuanping laughs as if she has heard a funny joke. Only take the things? Do you think she will let you go after she goes out? You can die, but you will make a big enemy of Qingqing Taoist Temple. Little Taoist, the loss outweighs the gain. Shaoan felt like he had been hit in the head with a stick. He finally knew what he had been avoiding all this time. It turns out that betrayal is a road of no return. If you choose to betray someone, it will be a life and death fight. And holds a thunder summoning figure in his hand. Now Lin Luoran can't move because of the petrification figure. Even if the purple thunder is as thick as a little finger, she will. And feels his heart is pounding. He grew up in Qingqing Taoist Temple and has been with everything in the mountain. He has never killed anyone. Kill her, and everything will be solved. Xan Yuanping's voice is charming, adding a touch of glamour to the cave which never sees the sun all year round. Kill her, kill her. The voice is faint and echoes in Anne's ears. His eyes are a little confused. There is only one voice left in the world. Kill her. A paper figure slips down from Anne's sleeve, shining with light. Thunder summoning figure. Chapter 237. And struggles fiercely in his heart. He says he doesn't want to, but his hands seem to be out of his control. He throws out the thunder summoning figure. The figure floats over. Lin Luoran's face turns pale. The first time she fought with Wen Guanjing in the back alley of the Bluebird Club, she has seen the power of the figure. Can it be the kind of figure that can summon thunder and lightning? She saw with her own eyes that the pole of the street lamp was turned into ashes. Without any wakan or magic weapon to protect herself, she can't resist the attack with her body. As soon as An throws out the figure, he comes to his senses. Why did he listen to Xan Yuanping's order just now? Removing figure. Yes, removing the figure. I can still remove the figure. And raises his right hand slightly. Xan Yuanping stares at him with a faint smile. She says a few words with her mouth moving. She doesn't say anything, but An looks defeated. He tries several times with his right hand and then puts it down disappointedly. And acquiesces that he wants to kill her. In an instant, Lin Luoran realizes the fact. What should she do now? Miss Lin. Rong's intuition tells him that this light figure is more powerful than the one that made him move fast. However, Lin Luoran can't move away at all. Rong tries to push her away, but Lianping holds him tightly. Does he want her to die? Lianping certainly knows that Xan Yuanping doesn't want to let Lin Luoran go. He hesitates for 2 or 3 seconds whether he wants Lin Luoran to die or not. He can't help recalling the time when they were together. However, things have changed. All he can remember is her emotionless eyes. Thinking of what happened in the past few years, Li Anping holds Rong tightly and stops him from saving Lin Luoran. At this moment, he has actually given up on the woman he used to love. Or to put it even earlier, as early as 4 years ago, when he chose Ailey, who could help him rise to the top in a single bound, he had already been abandoned by her. She doesn't belong to me and I won't let anyone else have her. Li Anping comforts himself like this. However, when he sees the figure on Lin Luoran's face, he is stunned and loosens his hands. Lin Luoran's emotionless eyes were as bright as stars in the night sky when they were young. Being let go, Rong rushes to Lin Luoran. A few steps, just a few steps, and he would be able to push senior sister Lin away and save her. Just like that night in the bar, Lin Luoran kicked the door open at the critical moment when the foppish playboy forced him to kowtow and admit his guilt. However, how can a mortal's speed be faster than the famous Qingqing Taoist master in the world of cultivation? The figure seems to be moving slowly, but it is already close to Lin's face. Rong is only a few steps away from Lin Luoran. He can only watch the figure ignite. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning as thick as a thumb strikes Lin Luoran. How could a person still be alive after being struck by lightning? Rong doesn't believe that a man with immortal skills can die so easily. He stares at the ground with his eyes wide open. Everyone's gaze is met. The smoke lingered for a while before it was finally blown away by the convection wind in the cave. There is a small pit on the ground, and a small pile of black ash is lying there quietly. Has Lin Luoran's body turned into black ash? The lightning guiding talisman is so powerful? Exan Yuanping knows a lot about the fighting ability of the Qingqing Taoist master. She is suspicious when she sees only a pit on the ground. An's lips are wriggling and his face is pale. Hearing Xian's question, he glares at her fiercely. His eyes are bloodshot. If Lin Luoran didn't expose the shocking secret to him, he would never agree to cooperate with her. Master Lin is dead. An's head turns pale. He can't believe that Master Lin, the most talented person in the world of cultivation in recent years, was killed by him. He has just passed the middle stage of training Qi, but hasn't reached the late stage yet. Why didn't Master Lin escape? That's right, Junior Master Lin must not be on guard against him at all. And looks at his right hand in disbelief. This is the first time that he has killed someone, and the person he killed is one of his acquaintances. Exan Yuanping is smiling. She gently touches her right hand. This hand has become more and more harmonious with her body, but it is still not her hand. It belonged to an unknown young woman, who would always break out in a cold sweat from the pain on rainy days. The secret spell of diabolism is used to connect other people's limbs. There are always serious sequelae during the running-in period. This is all Lin's fault. Exan Yuanping laughs. Looking at the pile of black ashes, she laughs so hard that she almost cries. She not only avenges her broken hand, but also kills a genius in the world of cultivation. No one understood how much he hated these so-called cultivation geniuses. So what? They will die in her hands one by one. Since the Tao of nature is in chaos, she will be the god of this world. She will make diabolism right and create rules that belong to Exan Yuanping. Lin Luoran is dead. Ellie feels that she has vented her anger for years. Her clothes are wet. Although she looks embarrassed, she is full of glory. So what if she is good at stone gambling? Now she is buried in a cold cave under the abyss. There is no jade here. In the long future, it will be dark and cold. There won't even be a living mouse. She was pretty? Huh, it's ridiculous. In the end, she is just a pile of black ashes. She doesn't even have a whole body. So many people really love her? How glorious you were that day. The young master of Luz supported you. In the pile of raw jade stones, you bid for them. The young master of Luz looked at you with a smile. He didn't object at all. On the way to stone gambling, a playboy gave you 100 million yuan as a guarantee. You were surrounded by many people, but you still died at the bottom of Dongting Lake. Where are those admirers today? Ellie's joy is sincere. Compared with Exan Yuanping, she even avenges Lin Luoran's slap before she dies. But when she turned to look at Li Anping, Allie's joy almost faded by half. Yes, she is the proud lady of Fortune House. She will never admit that the most important reason why she hates Lin Luoran so much is that she envies her. What is she envies? She envies someone who once loved her sincerely. Even though they became enemies, that bastard was willing to be sad for her. She is dead. Lianping's mind is blank. His eyes are a little out of focus. He didn't just notice her in college. Earlier, they were in the same high school but in different classes. They went up and down floors. She was a girl as elegant as an orchid. Like him, she came from the poor Li family village. Her poor life couldn't hide her beauty that was slowly blooming. He used to secretly watch her on the balcony, just because she passed by him occasionally between classes. She was holding a book, holding a lunchbox, wearing a school uniform, and pushing her bicycle through the dappled shadows of the trees. Qin Baojia from the capital took his hand. Her eyes were sharp. She warned him calmly. It seemed that she wanted to say that he was a toad who wanted to eat swan meat. This hazy secret love died tragically. Poverty is the origin that Li Anping can't change. Can't poor people covet beautiful things? Li Anping seems to be stung. He spends all his extra energy on reading. In July, he took the college entrance examination. Who would have thought that he really went to the university she went to? There is no Qin Baojia in the university. Li Anping's heart is moved again. She is attentive, considerate, and has the advantage of coming from the same place. Finally, he can stand by her side. They are like all the lovers in college. They can buy a popsicle and eat it together. They can laugh on the road regardless of other people's eyes. Until that year when his family had an accident, he looked at her expectantly under his mother's aggression. Sure enough, she gave him the opportunity to continue to go to school. Li Anping doesn't know how broad the world is until he leaves home. However, at that time, Lin Luoran was at the age of shyness and vigor. It was the most beautiful time for her. He was afraid and felt inferior. He didn't have the confidence to stay with her forever. If she dropped out of school, would she belong to him forever? Li Anping is grateful for her choice and secretly feels lucky. This kind of love has lasted for a long time. When did it disappear? Did it disappear when she became haggard and ordinary, or when she was studying in the same class as him? Because of his background, he was at a loss and had to rely on Qin Baojia, who looked down on him, to introduce jobs to him? Did he become more and more eager for success after seeing the bright life of his colleagues? Poor people can't covet beautiful things. He wants to succeed. As long as he marries Miss AI of Fortune House, Li Anping is confused. After so many years, he finally remembers why he wanted to succeed and get rid of poverty. At the beginning, he was a poor student in high school. He studied hard to get close to the girl. At the peak of his life, he almost became the son-in-law of Fortune House, a jewelry giant in West Shu. What's the point of thinking about it now? The girl he had once desperately wanted to succeed for her, the girl who wanted to make a name for herself, had long since been thrown into the time corridor by him, going against the flow, never to be found again. She was already dead. How come there is only a pile of black ash left? Because of his poor family, Rong has seen all kinds of people in the world. He doesn't know that he can cry for a person he just met. Why is he crying? He is crying for the girl who is as beautiful as the bamboo on the island in the backyard of Lin's family. He knows clearly that she came to the Dragon Palace to save someone. Rong doesn't know who she wants to save, but he has never doubted her words. She is even kind enough to save him, whom she has only met once. How lucky he is to be her friend. She stole the bamboo sheets and asked him to translate the information. She was so happy when she got the information. But senior sister Lin died in this dungeon, killed by the sneak attack of a junior she knew. Senior sister Lin, do you regret welcoming such a junior with a smile? Rong kneels on the ground and tries to collect the black ash. However, a sudden breeze blows the ash away. Even the ash is gone? Feeling helpless, Rong buries his head on the ground and feels very sad. In a trance, he hears the woman in black saying, he knows the Shui script. Don't kill him. Take him away. In fact, this chapter is more like a story. The relationship between friends and enemies with Linny is not inexplicably good or bad. Former friends could betray them for the sake of benefits, but pure enemies weren't born to be so bad. Although Abao's writing wasn't good, He hoped that the supporting characters wouldn't be NPCs with facial expressions. Chapter 238. Although the number of words is small and it's midnight, it's the best update for a long time. Thank you for your support in the book review and comment section. Well, let's keep working hard. It's still the small stamp. The dim light shines on it. When Rong stands still again, he feels dizzy. When he opens his eyes again, he is back on the 7th floor of the Seaview Pavilion. The floor tile with different patterns has become dim. Rong guesses that he may not be able to go down to the dungeon from the original place. Miss Lin is still there, all alone. Will she never be able to come out? As soon as they come out, and seems to have run out of patience, give me the dragon marrow. Xi Yuanping puts away the stamp and plays with the bead in her hand. What? You don't want to go with me now? And doesn't admit it or deny it. Judging from his expression, he seems to hate Xian Yuanping. Rong doesn't know why he agreed to cooperate with her. Xian Yuanping holds the bead in her fingertips. Her red nails are very beautiful. It's a pity that you can erase her spiritual mind and get the bead. If you can't, you have to go with me now. When we get out, I will give the dragon marrow to Hui Zhu in front of him. Xian Yuanping says and puts the bead in her arms. She has a secret buckle on her waist for putting a small bead in. It's the safest way. Please be respectful to the superior. His Taoist name. And blushes. He is angry that Xian Yuanping calls him Hui Zhu every time she calls him by his name. Xian Yuanping turns a deaf ear to it. She walks a few steps without looking back. Her voice comes lightly. She sneers, Abidine? What do you want me to call him, little Taoist? No matter what, he doesn't deserve it. I'm not a member of the Qingcheng Taoist temple. And is speechless. He doesn't want to talk about it in front of others, so he has to follow Xian Yuanping. Ellie follows her anxiously. To be honest, she is confused when she sees that Xian Yuanping is so familiar with the Dragon Palace. Why does Xian Yuanping take her here? If her blood still had some effect, then what about Lianping, that trash? Is it just for this opportunity to humiliate Lin Luoran? Now that Lin Luoran is dead, are they worthless in the Dragon Palace? Ellie gets rid of these frightening guesses and catches up with Xian Yuanping in 2 steps. Senior, where are we going? The uneasy Miss AI didn't say anything. There was an unconcealable flattery in her tone. To the treasury, of course. Ellie doesn't know if Xian Yuanping has seen through her. Xian's attitude is kind, which makes Ellie feel relieved. Treasury. The treasury that he and senior sister Lin could not find? Rong is woken up by Lin Luoran's words. Yes, sister Lin has lost her life because of this. He can't avenge those supernatural people, but he can do something for her. He had to find the treasury, find the soul-nourishing wood that senior sister Lin was looking for, and bring it out safely. Rong makes up his mind. He is no longer muddle-headed. Now he has a goal and he feels motivated. However, he doesn't think that even if he finds the soul-nourishing wood, he won't be able to survive. Xian Yuanping won't let him escape with such a valuable treasure. Lin Luoran has a master in the level of bearing essence. Therefore, Rong has to die after his ability is exhausted. Xian Yuanping and Rong have completely different thoughts. Rong is still useful to Xian Yuanping. Xian Yuanping looks at Li Anping, who has lost his wits. Xian Yuanping thinks, if I had known that Lin Luoran would be so easy to deal with, I wouldn't have brought this good-for-nothing here. Before Xian Yuanping can say anything, they have come to the 1st floor. Outside the window, they see the flower bed of the Dragon Palace that Lin Luoran has explored before. The right side of the Seaview Pavilion. Isn't it there? Xian Yuanping looks at Rong. It's such a big place. It's a shame that you couldn't find it. Rong clenches his fists unconsciously. Sister Lin did search this strange garden. If she didn't come here to find him, would she have entered the treasury and found the soul-nourishing wood? Would that mean that he wouldn't die? Thinking of this possibility, Rong's back is soaked with sweat. He has a feeling that he may have to bear this burden for the rest of his life. They arrived in front of a strange-looking tree. It was full of sharp thorns and had no leaves or flower buds. It was out of place in this Dragon Palace garden, which was of a large scale and took the high-end route. While Rong is thinking about its abnormality, Xen Yuanping looks at the strange tree and laughs. No one knows why she is laughing. Xen Yuanping suddenly grabs Ellie's white and tender palm and presses it on the strange tree. Thorns longer than an inch pierce into Ellie's palm. Some of the sharp thorns even penetrate through her palm. Ellie is so painful that she almost faints. No one has expected that Xen Yuanping will do this. Not to mention that Xen Yuanping is in great pain. Ellie's scream even wakes up Li Anping, who has lost his wits. Seeing Ellie's horrible palm, he feels sorry for her. What a vicious person. Seeing that the blood on the wound has been absorbed, and knows that Xen Yuanping needs Ellie's blood. However, there are so many ways to take blood, but she chooses the cruelest one. She is so stubborn, and looks away. He can't bear to watch it. Among all the people here, Rong is the only one who feels disgusted and relieved at the same time. He believes that this is karma. In the dungeon, this woman hit Miss Lin with her right hand. Now she is being punished like this. God is right. The strange tree is absorbing Ellie's blood. Everyone quickly discovered this fact, because this withered wood-like thing actually turned bright red in a short period of time, looking very evil. Xen Yuanping finally releases Ellie and throws her on the ground rudely. Looking at the change of the strange tree, she feels happy. This time, Xen Yuanping doesn't give Ellie any tonic like she did the first time. Maybe she forgets it, or she doesn't think it is necessary anymore. She will just abandon a person who has been used up. The strange tree was terrifyingly red, but it also emitted a glorious red light. As it shrank and shrank, it formed a projection on the ground, like a door. Rong is a little upset. Even if they found it at that time, they can't open the entrance without Ellie's blood. It suddenly occurs to the nerd that the woman in black has taken Ellie's blood twice. Ellie's blood is closely related to the Dragon Palace. What is going on? However, he doesn't have time to think. Xen Yuanping grabs his collar and steps into the shadow with him, and hesitates for a moment and then steps in. Xen Yuanping turns around and sneers, "Do you want to die with her?" Li Anping, who was about to squat down to check Ellie's injury, shivers. Die with her? In his mind, Ellie is not even 1/10 of Lin Luoran. Since he can watch Lin Luoran die in front of him, how can he bear to die with Ellie? Without hesitation, Li Anping steps into the shadow quickly without looking back. With a flash of light and shadow, everyone disappears in the garden. The strange tree also fades back to its original color. Ellie, who has lost too much blood, curls up on the ground like a dying crayfish. There are tears on her half-buried face. Chapter 240. Something soft and slippery is wrapped around Rong's finger, which startles him. When he takes a closer look, it turns out to be a cat's eye stone ring. The shape is simple, which is suitable for men. Although they are not sure if the ring on Rong's finger is a storage ring, it is obviously not a real cat's eye stone ring. This is enough to make An and Xen angry. Why did they choose two mortals for the treasure that they couldn't even get their hands on even if they had been so careful? Is it because the treasure has a spirit and wants to choose its owner? And has a feeling that things are not so simple? Li Anping is in a dilemma with the belt in his hand. Xen Yuanping didn't ask for it, so he didn't give it to her. Seeing this, Rong imitates him. He calmly puts on the cat's eye stone ring and starts to walk around the room. Xen Yuanping and An are not willing to give up. The flying fog is what they want very much. They look around at the flying fog, trying to get what they want. However, there are thousands of fog. How can they find the hairpin and the blue jade porcelain bottle in the constantly changing fog? Rong looks around and sees some bumps on the pillar. He takes a closer look and finds that it is a paragraph of text. He stops and reads it, which attracts Xen Yuanping's attention. What did you find? Xen Yuanping approaches him. Rong hates them very much. If it were something else, he wouldn't want to translate it for them, or he would make a mistake on purpose. However, this paragraph of text reminds him of the scene just now, and he is very happy. The first floor of the Palace of Jiahua is just for some common things in the eyes of dragons, such as elixirs, magic weapons, and ores. It is a place for young dragons to play. It is similar to the ceremony of capturing Zhou in ancient times. Every young dragon will be brought to the palace of Jiuhua by the Dragon King when they are 3 years old and have a chance to choose a gift. These precious treasures in the eyes of low-level cultivators were just toys for young dragons years ago. To make it more interesting, the young dragons will be randomly chosen by the gift. If they ask for it by force, the chance will disappear. It's gone, so you won't get anything. Rong is secretly venting his anger and is just a little disappointed. Xan Yuanping has always been stubborn, otherwise she wouldn't have fallen into the devil. She is the one who is most angry. Go to the second one. Xan Yuanping is so embarrassed that she leaves the first hall. Rong follows Rong leisurely with a stick. He still needs to stay alive to find the soul wood in the 7th temple. Of course, he doesn't want to help Xan Yuanping. Xan Yuanping may think that Rong is more valuable than Li Anping now. Whenever there is an adventure, she asks Li Anping to go first, and the 3 of them follow him. Li Anping was also a person who had experienced the ups and downs of life. He was no longer the fool he was a few years ago. He quickly calmed down. Lin Luoran is dead and Ellie seems to be dying. However, he wants to live. He wants to live a better life than everyone else. He even wants to learn these magical spells and step on Xan Yuanping and therefore he has to live carefully. Li Anping touches the storage bag on his waist and walks cautiously. They walked to the 2nd palace hall without any difficulty and did not encounter any danger. According to the bamboo slips, the 2nd palace hall was filled with all kinds of strange stones in the world. They were the miracles of nature, spirit stones for cultivation, ores for refining, and so on. However, at this moment, there are only some ordinary stones left in the 2nd palace hall. Rong picks up a stone and looks at it. It looks ordinary. He thinks that the stone is covered with dust and is about to breathe on it to wipe it. However, when he breathes on it, it is covered with water vapor. On the surface of the gray stone, there is a shadow of a moon and the back of a woman in ancient costume flying away on a cloud, Chang-yi flying to the moon. This is a wonderful work of the creator. This stone is not big. Rong plays with it for a while and puts it in his backpack. Xan Yuanping doesn't care about ordinary stones. She also passes the 2nd palace empty-handed. The 3rd palace is filled with swords in the world. They are the lifelong efforts of famous casters in the mortal world and the proud works of the masters of refining weapons in the world of cultivation. It is said that there are immortal swords. However, no one can be sure without seeing them. Of course, that is only the record on the bamboo slips. Anyway, Rong doesn't even see a sword hilt. However, there are many empty shelves, which proves that these famous swords and magic weapons really exist. The 4th palace, the 5th palace, the 6th palace. They pass each palace without any danger. However, they also get nothing. Because of some false alarms and the fact that they don't want to miss any clues, it takes them a whole day to explore the first 6 palaces. When they come to the 7th palace, Rong is nervous, while Xan Yuanping looks terrible. The disappearance of the dragon race is not an escape, but a planned migration. Only the 1st palace has some children's toys. The other palaces are all empty. They get nothing. The more it is like this, the more conspicuous the things Li Anping and Rong get in the 1st palace are. Li Anping has tried his best to hide his existence, but Xan Yuanping still glances at him from time to time, which makes him scared. The 7th palace is different from the previous ones. The door is closed. It is not open. Rong knows that Xan Yuanping has a magical small seal, which is like the master key to the Dragon Palace. He is not worried about how to enter the 7th palace. What worries Rong is whether there is soul wood in the palace. How can he take the soul wood out? Rong starts to think about how to escape. Well, let's take a rest here. Xan Yuanping seems to see that he is in a hurry, but she doesn't go in immediately. Instead, she prepares to take a rest. Both Xan Yuanping and have just surpassed the realm of ordinary people. They are still far from the level of the wind food dew. They are hungry, thirsty, and need rest. Xan Yuanping doesn't care about Rong and Li Anping. Besides, Xan Yuanping and Li Anping are so creepy that they don't dare to ask her for food. and takes out some water and food from the storage bag and gives them to Rong and Lianping. Rong knows that patience is the key to survival. Facing Lin Luoran's murder, he doesn't throw the food away. Instead, he eats it up without wasting anything. No matter what he does, he needs strength. Spirit herbs are very effective on ordinary people. Rong has tried it secretly. He can walk without the stick. His calf is almost healed. However, he still pretends to be lame so that Rong can't see it. After dinner, Rong finds a corner and falls asleep. He is woken up by Lianping. Rong turns to the side. Xen Yuanping and An are in high spirits after some rest. The door of the 7th palace is open. Rong almost bites his tongue. They opened the 7th palace while he was sleeping. Rong soon realizes this fact and wakes up. In this case, she wakes him up at this moment. It seems that Xen Yuanping keeps him alive for this moment. She needs him to translate some words. Rong gets up and looks into the palace. He has foreseen many things, but he has never seen this. Xen Yuanping and An can't believe what they are seeing. Yes, the 7th palace is protected by the prohibition. After pushing open the heavy door, they see a room full of treasures. The 7th floor is like the exhibition hall of a museum. Booths of different sizes fill the entire hall. Every treasure had a small platform that belonged to them. On the platform, they emitted light of various sizes, competing to display their value. Such a scene is a great test of people's Taoist heart. Cultivators and mortals are all greedy. The treasures on the booths are tempting people to fight for them. A stone tablet stood quietly at the entrance. Previously, this place had been empty. It seemed like this was something that only appeared when the 7th layer was opened. Seeing the Shui script on it, Rong knows his task immediately. He forces himself to stop thinking about the soul wood and focus on translating the words on the stone tablet. But after reading a few lines, he broke out in a cold sweat. What did it say? This mortal is very patient. Xen Yuanping is also curious about what the stone tablet has said to make him look like this. Chapter 241. The 9th Palace. How is it possible? They have passed the first 6 palaces on their way here. How come they are suddenly in the 9th palace? The Palace of Jihua. The Palace of Jihua has 9 treasures, and 9 is an extreme number. They just took a nap. How did they pass the 7th and 8th palaces without realizing it? The 9th palace? How is it possible? Xen Yuanping, who has always been fearless, is now uneasy. Obviously, An is not as familiar with the Dragon Palace as Xin and Rong. Seeing their expressions change, he asks, "The Palace of Nothingness? What's wrong with that? Since we are already in the 9th palace, let's enter it." Xen Yuanping feels shameless and doesn't even want to talk to him. Rong's face is solemn. The palace is called the Palace of Nothingness. The most valuable treasure of the Dragon Palace is placed here. To protect this treasure, many fake treasures are placed here. Every living person who enters the Palace of Nothingness can choose a treasure just like in the first level. The difficult part is that you don't know if what you're choosing is an ordinary grain of sand, the carcass of some creature, or a real treasure. Lianping has been quietly weakening his existence. Hearing this, he can't help but say, "Isn't it just like the first palace?" As he spoke, he couldn't help but touch the beautiful jade belt on his waist. This time, he had been very lucky in the Dragon Palace. The 2 women who dumped him died one after another, and he even got an item used by immortals. Lianping sat down and planned. He thinks he is right. However, Xen Yuanping says coldly, "Shut up and let him finish." Rong points at the steel and says, "However, most of the shining treasures are traps to protect the treasures. What we choose may tear us apart in the next moment. Or we may be imprisoned in this hall forever and become the guardians of the treasures like these so-called treasures. Of course, the premise is that mortals like you and me still have souls after we die. Treasures are tempting, but you have to be alive to enjoy them. And has been in the Dragon Palace for a long time. What he wants most is the dragon marrow that Huizhu told him and the Muqian bolus he saw in the first palace. He doesn't want to fight for the valuable treasure at all. He shows his attitude. Rong shakes his head. "You have to choose as many people as you want. You can't give up now. Look around. For sides? The stone tablet turned, and they actually moved from the outside to the inside of the hall. There were all kinds of sparkling treasures all around, but everyone felt a chill in their hearts. No one is not afraid of death. Even Xan Yuanping, who has fallen into the devil's path, turns into a devil in the blood pool because she is eager to survive. But at this moment, they had already lost the initiative to choose. After entering the Temple of Nothingness, they had to make a choice. The door of the temple was already slowly closing. Whether they would be trapped in a prison or return with treasures, it all depended on their luck. Each of the high and low display stands had its own unique treasure. What was their true form? Even those who were usually lucky enough to win small prizes were not confident in their luck at this moment. Silence. A long period of silence. No one dared to make the first move. Xan Yuanping rolls her eyes and points at Li Anping with her slender index finger. You choose first. Let me choose first. Li Anping's heart tightened. On this colorful display stand, every treasure looks so real. No matter whether it is the rich Reiki or the power, there is no flaw. Xan Yuanping and can't tell which one is real and which one is fake. As for an ordinary person like Li Anping, he can only rely on his luck. He is so nervous that his back starts to sweat. He glances at every treasure. Because there are so many display stands, Li Anping feels dizzy. Even his peripheral vision is full of the brilliance of the treasures, which makes him unable to look directly at them. Which one should he choose? Will he rise to the top and become rich? Or will he touch a fatal trap? This is a choice of life and death. Li Anping is nervous and solemn. He doesn't know what to choose. He paces back and forth between the stands. Every time he reaches out his hand, he draws it back in fear. Surprisingly, Xan Yuanping is kind and doesn't urge him. Because everyone's choice, even Li Anping, who has always been despised by her, is on the same boat at this moment. Their fates are tied together. Finally, Li Anping stops with his eyes closed. Under such pressure, his eyes are dazzled, but he doesn't make a decision. It seems that he has decided to leave his fate to God. God wants him to die, or to return with treasures. Li Anping reaches out his hand with his eyes closed. On his right hand, there is a bronze knife, only 2 inches long. The light is not dazzling, but it has a kind of low-key power. Li Anping's fingers touch the bronze knife. The 4 people hold their breath at the same time. 2 inches, 1 inch, half a centimeter. The bronze knife is finally in Li Anping's hand. His 8 eyes didn't even dare to blink as he stared at the dagger that was moving up and down. What would its true form be? Li Anping hopes that it is a treasure knife, and Xan Yuanping also hopes that it is a useful magic weapon. Anyway, in her mind, everything in Li Anping's hand will eventually belong to her. It doesn't matter who is lucky. Young Master wants nothing but the dragon marrow and the Muqian bolus. He only hopes that the bronze knife won't kill them. Only Rong secretly curses that what Li Anping has caught is a disgusting and useless thing, which makes them happy for nothing. With a slight sound, the bronze knife finally stops moving. The mist disperses, and its original body is revealed. A wine cup? Maybe it is the effect of the Hall of Nothingness. When they see Li Anping's object, they think of its name, Bamboo Root Rhinoceros Horn Cup. Bamboo was abundant in Sichuan, and bamboo carvings had been famous since ancient times. In addition, the rhinoceros horn inlaid at the base was even more ingenious. The precious rhinoceros horn was exquisitely polished and was inlaid at the bottom of the cup. The top half of the cup was made of bamboo, and the bottom was covered with the rhinoceros horn. The two were seamless, and it was an artistic treasure. Especially in the eyes of Rong Donglin, who is half a researcher, it has a kind of weathered beauty, which makes people unable to move their eyes away from it. It is a pity that it is a useless ordinary object. Seeing that Xan Yuanping and are not interested, Li Anping knows that what he has found is probably not something good. Li Anping is naturally disappointed, but Rong is tempted. He thinks for a while and takes out some pearls from his backpack. He wants to exchange the cup with Li Anping. Although Li Anping can't see the value of this dusty cup, he obviously inherits Granny Li's shrewdness. In the end, he asks for 10 pearls from Rong. Rong carries a small backpack of pearls. He doesn't care about 10 pearls. After exchanging the cup, Xan Yuanping starts to ask him to choose. Rong doesn't miss Li Anping's greedy eyes when they look at his backpack. Rong is so stupid that he still wants to take advantage of him. Rong doesn't want to talk to him. He doesn't even look at Rong's eyes and reaches for something on the display table next to him. Xan Yuanping is angry. Be careful when you choose. Careful? Rong laughs. No matter which one I choose, the probability is the same. Xan Yuanping is speechless. It is a matter of probability. Rong picks up an inkstone. After the inkstone flashes in his hand, everyone is speechless. It is still an inkstone. The inkstone doesn't have a name. It has no Reiki, so it is also an ordinary object. Rong guesses that it may be an ordinary object. Before it was brought into the Hall of Nothingness, it was not famous, so the Hall of Nothingness didn't bother to record it. Although Xan Yuanping and the others don't want to look at it again, Rong is still happy to put it on. Even if it is a broken stone, it has been in the Dragon Palace for so many years. It is an antique. Perhaps it was because the first two people had made a good start that diluted a lot of the tension related to life and death. Shaoan took the initiative to choose the third option. Many of the treasures were dazzling. Shaoan walked around and randomly picked a talisman made of an unknown material. The talisman characters on it were simple and unadorned, and it was filled with spiritual qi. Shaoan couldn't move her eyes away from it. Magic figure. The most powerful pillar of the Qingqing Taoist temple. And reaches out and picks it up, hoping that it is the real treasure. In contrast, Xan Yuanping's breath is heavy when she sees N's choice. She seems to care a lot about the result of N's choice. Rong has changed a lot, and he is not as soft as before. He is smart and has worked in all kinds of industries. He has a good eye and is very observant. He sees Xan Yuanping's nervousness, which makes Rong think about it. Even if N makes the right choice, they still don't know the result of Xan Yuanping's chance. It is still very likely that they will all be wiped out. Xan Yuanping is so nervous about N's choice. Is she sure that as long as N makes the right choice this time, they will be fine? It can't be. Rong thinks of what is recorded on the stone tablet. He is not sure that Xan Yuanping has a backup plan. N holds the magic figure in his hand and looks at it expectantly. With a flash, the magic figure in his hand is changing. Looking at the growing size of the magic figure, N is a little disappointed. It probably won't be the magic figure. He is really unlucky. It looks like it is going to explode. Rong keeps a distance from N. His words make Xan Yuanping summon the Black Lotus to protect herself. N's forehead is covered with cold sweat. Once the magic figure is in his hand, it will not leave the hand of the person who chose it. All he can do now is to force himself to calm down and wait for the judgment of fate. Beep, beep. There was a short and urgent sound. The thing in Shaoan's hand was still expanding. This urgent sound was like a countdown timer pressing down on everyone's heart, making everyone extremely nervous. Xan Yuanping clenches her fists. She can't lose at the last moment. Soon, as long as the little Taoist makes the right choice, she will succeed. The tense atmosphere makes it hard for her to breathe. Xan Yuanping can't help looking at a direction in the hall. She has had many troubles since she was a child. Will the Tao of nature really not be on her side? No, I will definitely win this time. The Black Lotus floats in front of her, forming a strong protective cover. Maybe the Tao of nature is always unfair. As Xan Yuanping grits her teeth, the light in N's hand suddenly grows. With an explosion, everyone's mind is broken. Chapter 242. Bang, 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 bang. The strong light overwhelms all the other lights in the room. Rong's eyes are dazzled, and the light becomes a temporary visual obstacle. Because he can't see anything, Rong even thinks that he is dead. However, the strong light soon disappears. Xan Yuanping's annoying face appears in Rong's sight again. He knows that he is not dead. Even if he is going to hell, he will not go to the same level as this woman. Rong blinks and looks at the thing in Anne's hand. The light is so strong. This vicious little Taoist must have found something good. It is so unfair. However, Justice soon shows his hands to Rong. Justice is just a child, and he is innocent. The thing in An's hand is so big that he can hardly take it off. Sadly, why does it look so familiar? Rong looks at it for a while and finally recognizes it. Thanks to his part-time job in the aquarium, this thing is a dead starfish. It was very big, but it was a starfish and it was very tough. If he were not worried that Xi and Yuan Ping and An would fall out with each other, Rong almost couldn't help laughing out loud. It's karma. The Dragon Palace is against such a vicious person. It's so funny. His eyes are wet. School sister Lin, it's a pity that I can't avenge you with my own hands. An throws the dead starfish away. His hands are stinky. Xi and Yuan Ping can't help smiling. She is ecstatic. She is ecstatic at this moment. Putting away the black lotus, Xi and Yuan Ping takes out the small seal that looks like a master key and rubs it. She casts a spell again. The small seal is resistant to the devil Reiki. Xi and Yuan Ping holds the black lotus and sneers. So what? You have to listen to me. Otherwise, I'll destroy this remnant of your soul and destroy this dragon palace. People like Xi and Yuan Ping will not go crazy for no reason. Rong suspects that she is talking to the silver dragon living in the small seal. Demons are demons. They are so arrogant in front of dragons. Even if it is a dead dragon, Xi and Yuan Ping's deep hostility seems to make the small seal feel uneasy. After buzzing, it has to fly up and down in the hall under the control of Xian's devil Reiki. It seemed to be looking for something. The light emitted by the little seal was like the inspection instrument of the geological survey team. From time to time, some treasures on the exhibition stand would respond to it, but the little seal would fly away. What was it that the demoness was looking for so seriously? The three of them were very curious and nervous. The Hall of Nothingness seemed to be completely reliant on luck. It had been difficult for them to pass 3 levels in a row. No matter how intelligent the seal was, they did not dare to fully trust it. Xi and Yuan Ping trusts the stamp's ability very much. When the buzzing stamp floats above an inconspicuous booth in the corner, her ecstasy finally shows on her face. Was he finally going to get what he had been preparing for so long? Xi and Yuan Ping doesn't have time to put away the stamp. She reaches out and grabs the treasure on the stand. It was just an ordinary brush, but even the stupidest person would know that its body was not that simple. What could it be? It seemed to take a long time to restore it. Xi and Yuan Ping's choice was not only related to her own interests, but also to their lives. The brush bounced up and down, shining brightly. Rong secretly cursed that it was still a rotten starfish. However, this time, the Hall of Nothingness played a trick on all of them. A piece of rotten wood appeared in Xi and Yuan Ping's hand after the light faded. The mysterious knowledge appeared in everyone's mind again. Soul wood, the 7th treasure of the Hall of Jiahua, could reconstruct the soul. No matter what explanation Xi and Yuan Ping gave, and no matter how disappointed Xi and Yuan Ping looked at the rotten wood in her hand, Rong couldn't help taking 2 steps forward. Soul wood. The demoness actually chose the soul wood that Miss Lin was looking for. How could he get it back? Rong is so nervous that his hands are all wet with sweat. What? Do you want it? Xi and Yuan Ping spreads out the soul wood. The withered appearance of the soul wood cannot extinguish Rong's greed. Yes, he wants the soul wood. Even if he can't take it out alive, he has to fight for it. This is Rong's twisted pride and sense of responsibility. Xi and Yuan Ping snorted coldly. She grabs Rong's neck and lifts him up with one hand. Lianping shrinks. He is afraid that he will be the next one to be treated like this. And frowns. He doesn't know whether he should stop Xi and Yuan Ping or not. Rong is almost out of breath. This demoness is so unimaginative. She grabbed Luodong's neck like this in the square, and she doesn't even know how to change the mode of attack. She is so lame. Rong feels that he can breathe less and less air. His breath becomes rapid. Is he really going to die this time? Last time, Luodong's classmate was grabbed by the neck like this. Miss Lin came from the sky and saved him. Unfortunately, senior sister Lin had already left before him. There was no one else to save him from the sky. If he dies like this, will Lin's family take care of his family? His parents have lost their ability to work, and his sister is still in middle school. Rong's consciousness starts to fade. Uncle Lin and Aunt Lin are good people. They will take care of his family. If he dies like this, he will have no regrets. What? You don't want to come out when your lover is dying in front of you, Miss Lin? Xing Yuanping's voice shakes Rong's consciousness. Miss Lin? Miss Lin is the only one. She was struck into ashes by lightning. Is she still alive? Xing Yuanping holds Rong Donglin in her hand and looks around the hall with vigilance. I knew that you wouldn't die so easily. When I get the rotten wood and the door of the hall is still closed, I am sure that you are still alive. Lin, stop hiding. Xing Yuanping shouts. It seems that Lin is really hiding in the shadow of a booth, waiting for an opportunity to strike the people who tried to kill her. Yes, the stone tablet says that the door of the hall will not open until everyone chooses a treasure. However, at this moment, all of them have made their choices. Li Anping chooses the West Shu Bamboo Root Rhinoceros Horn Cup, Rong chooses an ink stone, and gets a dead starfish, and Xing Yuanping chooses the soul wood which Lin Luoran wants so much. Why is the door still closed after all of them have made their choices? Could it be that there really was a fifth person hiding in a dark corner of the palace? Who is it? Lin Luoran escaped. However, the hall is so bright that there is no shadow. Xing Yuanping's fierce eyes fall on nothing. Doesn't she want to come out? Xing Yuanping's eyes flash with anger. She throws Rong out. It is a sharp booth. If Rong hits it, he will definitely die. As the saying goes, the one who knows you best is your enemy. Xing Yuanping looks around vigilantly. If Lin is still alive and follows them into the hall, she will definitely come out to save this mortal. She will definitely kill Xing Yuanping. Or to be exact, Xing Yuanping will die in the heart of a cultivator. Xing Yuanping can't help but laugh. She won't be moved even if 1,000 mortals like Lin die in front of her. However, she knows that Lin will. Rong flies out. He is surrounded by Xing Yuanping's spiritual mind. If Lin Luoran dares to come out, Xing Yuanping will kill her. Rong steps back and collides with many wooden booths. Treasures fall all over the ground. In a split second, he is very close to the booth with a sharp corner. Xing Yuanping sneers. The black lotus flashes in front of her, ready to attack at any time. But in the next second, a sharp pain came from her right arm that had just been reattached not long ago. She couldn't help but lower her head. A green shadow flashed past the corner of her eyes, and her bare wrist was cut off. Blood that was a shade darker than normal gushed out like a fountain. It took her 3 years to reattach this arm. She cherishes it very much. In her right hand is the soul wood, which she doesn't care about but Lin Luoran wants very much. Kill you? I will kill you. Xing Yuanping holds her right arm. There is hatred in her eyes. In front of the sharp corner booth, Rong is caught by a rope made of reiki and falls to the ground. A pretty figure is standing beside him. She is wearing her favorite green dress and holding a sword. She is looking at the three of them with cold eyes. Lin. And staggers and can't stand. He swallows back the words, Master. As the heir of Qingsheng Taoist Temple who has been calm behind the scenes, and knows that he probably can't be like before anymore in this life, holding the salute of a junior and calling her martial uncle. Rong lies on the ground and coughs violently. His voice is broken and he laughs. Chapter 243. Lin Luoran's cold eyes become warm. It feels good to see Rong again. How can she die? If she can be struck to death by lightning while staying in the space of the sacred bead, she will be too ashamed to live. The dungeon only imprisons cultivators Wacken, but their spiritual mind is not restricted at all. Of course, she can enter the space. When she fell into the abyss, she was afraid that the sacred bead would fall into a strange place. She didn't dare to go in and she couldn't go in. Being ambushed by Anne's petrification figure, she couldn't hide. She didn't dare to hide in the space. Under the watchful eyes of the public, she suddenly disappears and the bead floats in the air. She has known it for a long time. She is just hiding for a while, but the secret of the bead is exposed. Lin Luoran will never do such a stupid thing when she is swayed by emotions. Besides, The space doesn't accept other living people except her. She can hide in the space, but she has to keep Rong outside. Xen Yuanping won't give up torturing and to force her to show up, just like now. She can only endure Ellie's humiliation and let them search the sacred bead. She escapes into the space at the risk of being struck to death by the thunder-summoning figure. Along the way, she has been quietly waiting for an opportunity in the sacred bead. Unexpectedly, God favors her so much that Xen Yuanping finds the soul wood. She can't bear it anymore, so she doesn't have to bear it anymore. Xen Yuanping is not an idiot. She has guessed that Lin Luoran is not dead. She has been hiding all the way until she finds the soul wood. Xen Yuanping wants to force Lin Luoran to show up at the risk of the soul wood and Rong's lives. Unfortunately, Xen Yuanping doesn't know that Lin Luoran is hiding in the sacred bead. Lin Luoran sneaks out from her waist, cuts off her right hand, takes the soul wood and saves Rong. A chess player doesn't need to be extremely smart. As long as he has an unexpected trump card, he can turn the tables. Lin Luoran holds back the urge to touch the sacred bead on her wrist. They lost because they didn't expect that the sacred bead has its own space. It is not a storage magic weapon that can only store dead things. This is not the dungeon where dragons are imprisoned. Lin Luoran has Wacken but can't use it. She is confident to fight against Xen Yuanping. Lin Luoran rolls her eyes and glances at him coldly, and can't help stepping back. Lin Luoran discards Xian's broken hand and puts the piece of soul wood into the space. I have to thank you for finding this for me. Lin Luoran laughs. Xen Yuanping is furious. She doesn't want to waste her breath on Lin Luoran. The black lotus is shining and the sky is full of fragrant petals. Lin Luoran throws Rong aside with a gentle force. Xen Yuanping attacks with evil qi. Both the pink mist and the black lotus growing in the blood pool in the underground palace of Jinling are the most and evil things in the world. Lin Luoran gives up using her sword and casts the fireproof dome, the defensive magic dome of the Wen family of Zhu Mountain. Wen Guanjing secretly gave it to Lin Luoran. Now in Lin Luoran's hands, the effect of the dome is much better than that of the cultivators in the level of training qi. Seeing that Lin Luoran is defending instead of attacking, Xen Yuanping feels that the pain in her broken hand is gone. Lin Luoran is so arrogant that she tries to stop the attack of the invisible Black Lotus with a fire shield. She thinks too highly of herself. Lin Luoran seems to see Lin Luoran falling to the ground because of the black gas. However, the thin shield is an eye-opener for her again. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. There is the sound of oil dripping into the fire. The thin fire dome is like a pot of boiling oil. As soon as the black lotus petal hits the dome, it curls up and shrinks like fat meat in a pot. The petals wither one by one. Xen Yuanping can't believe it. Even An, who is watching, has a new understanding of Lin Luoran's fighting ability. As expected, in the dungeon, Lin Luoran was only caught unprepared by his sneak attack. How is it possible? Lin Luoran is not even in the middle period of laying foundation. How can she deal with the petals of the black lotus? Xen Yuanping feels that she has underestimated Lin Luoran's personal ability. She's shocked. However, she doesn't know that Lin Luoran has the help of the fire phoenix in her space. The fire Wacken is mixed with the strange fire, which is much more advanced than the fire Wacken. Lin Luoran can deal with the black lotus easily. Xen Yuanping is shocked, and Lin Luoran is not so optimistic. Xen Yuanping's personal ability is the same as hers. Xen Yuanping is worried about the black lotus. Fire Phoenix said that it is not a simple thing. For a creature living in ancient times, it is hard to find something that can make it feel that it is not simple in today's world of spells. If Lin Luoran is a half-baked female cultivator, then Xen Yuanping is obviously not qualified as a devil cultivator, who is even rarer than orthodox cultivators. Lin Luoran has the sword of bright snow, but Xen Yuanping only has a black lotus that she hasn't completely mastered yet. With another hand cut off, Xen Yuanping's situation is getting worse. A pink mist begins to spread around her. Two ordinary people fall to the ground. An crushes a magic figure, but he is unscathed. Lin Luoran frowns. She feels that Xen Yuanping is too weak today, which is very strange. With the bead in hand, Lin Luoran is not afraid of her pink mist. However, she has to be wary of Xian's next move. With the help of the pink mist, thick red liquid comes out of the broken stem of the black lotus. Xian Yuanping pours the liquid into her mouth. The fire phoenix screams in the space, asking Lin Luoran to stop her. Lin Luoran shivers subconsciously. She makes a gesture with her right hand, and a fire bow appears in front of her. Compared with the fire arrow spell that cultivators in the later stage of training Qi can barely use, the fire bow in front of Lin Luoran has more complicated and mysterious patterns on the feather. The pattern of a three-legged gold crow is engraved on the bowstring. This is a spell given by White Fairy. It is said to be a secret of a small school in the world of cultivation. It is the most powerful fire spell that cultivators in the level of laying foundation can use, Arrow of Light. In the pre-cultivation era, when spells were in their heyday, talented young cultivators in this school could shoot arrows and kill cultivators in the early stage of bearing essence due to carelessness. The mysterious Arrow of Light can kill a cultivator in the level of bearing essence with one arrow across the barrier of personal ability and regardless of the difference in levels. This incredible spell requires a high talent for fire. It is said that the person who can shoot such an arrow can feel the call of the sun. Lin Luoran suspects that it is the power of the stars. The mysterious spell uses the power of the sun to kill cultivators in the level of bearing essence regardless of the difference in levels. Perhaps the Reiki here is restless and thin. When Lin Luoran practices secretly, not to mention the sun, even the moon does not call her. Lin Luoran is confident that she can shoot this arrow now because the fire phoenix has promised to lend her the strange fire. If she uses her own fire wacken as the bow and the strange fire as the arrow, the whole spell will collapse. The fire phoenix means to help her control the strange fire. She just needs a few seconds. Lin Luoran narrows her eyes and aims at Xian Yuanping. After drinking the red liquid from the broken stem of the black lotus, Xian Yuanping's killing intent surges. Her broken hand regenerates at a speed visible to the naked eye. A new hand grows out quickly. A strange black lotus appears on her cheek. Her hair grows like crazy. Xian Yuanping is like a ghost escaping from hell. It is more like she is in the middle of some evil spell. Lin Luoran can't let her finish the spell. She pulls the bowstring with her right hand steadily. The buzzing sound of wings is the vibration of the tight bowstring in the air. Chapter 244. Capture the ringleader first. Xian Yuanping's evil spell must be related to the strange black lotus. The front of the sun will never allow darkness to hide. The two things are probably mutually reinforcing and restraining. As soon as the arrow leaves the bowstring, Lin Luoran and the strange fire arrow communicate with each other. It only goes to the black lotus in Xian Yuanping's hand, ignoring her weird expression. The black lotus felt the scorching heat approaching, and its instinct to protect itself made it shed its petals to block in front of itself when the mutated fire arrow shot at it. It is no longer an illusionary petal. It is the black lotus itself, Lin Luoran gasps. The arrow of light can kill a cultivator in the level of bearing essence. It should be able to deal with a petal, right? The arrow is on fire. In Lin Luoran's expectation, the strange fire is unstoppable. It is blocked by the petals for less than 1 second. The arrow has pierced through the petals and continues to fly forward. The black lotus is alarmed. The petals fall off one by one. It sets up layers of defense on the way of the strange fire arrow. The first layer has been broken. The second layer has been broken after 1 second. The third layer has been broken after 2 seconds. The fourth layer has been broken after 3 seconds. The fifth layer. It has been blocked, irresistible force, irresistible force. Even two ordinary people who have no chance to participate in the battle are shocked by such an earth-shattering arrow. They don't dare to look at it directly. Xiao En's expression changed unpredictably. He wondered how many precious bamboo talismans he would need to crush to block the arrow if he were the one being shot at. Or is it an attack that he can't block at his current level? En's palms are wet. It is the fear of his failure to answer his question. What about the Abbey Dean? Can he block the arrow? and soon forgets the thought. In his mind, Huizhu has always been a bottomless mountain. How can he question the Abbey Dean's ability? On the other side, the strange fire arrow has broken through 9 layers of petals. Although it has been blocked longer and longer, the arrow is not declining. The black lotus petals are broken, and the black fog is rising. The Hall of Nothingness is divided into 2 colors by the 2 opposite forces. On one side there is a black fog. Black gossamer is wriggling in the fog. Xan Yuanping and Li Anping are in this camp. It seems that they are destined to be regarded as dishonorable villains. On Lin Luoran's side, the fire is so bright that her and Rong's faces are illuminated. The light is so bright that it can hurt the eyes of the villains. Especially, and he can't help thinking that if he hadn't been dragged to Xian's side at the beginning, he would have fought with Lin Luoran against the female devil. That would have been a good reason to fight with Lin Luoran. Lin Luoran's face is covered with a layer of holy light. As the strange arrow breaks through, the flame of the black lotus is compressed again and again. The black fog on Xan Yuanping's side keeps retreating. It seems that the strange arrow has completely suppressed the black lotus. However, Lin Luoran knows that the situation is not optimistic. The fire arrow shot out from her hand had a mysterious connection with her. She could already feel the sluggish feeling when the fire arrow shot through the black lotus petals. It was getting stronger and stronger. There was only 1 petal left. The mutated fire arrow could pierce through it, but it was no longer a threat to the black lotus. Lin Luoran makes a quick decision. She draws the bow with her left hand and pulls the string with her right hand. She is ready to attack with the arrow of light again. This kind of amazing attack is just like the morale of an army in ancient times. It can be used once, but not twice. As for the 3rd time, it will be easier for the enemy to find the flaw and counterattack. Therefore, the 2nd arrow is not as powerful as the 1st one. However, for Lin Luoran, it is not something unacceptable. She only needs to make another arrow to distract the black lotus, and then she can take the opportunity to kill Xan Yuanping. The fire condenses on Lin Luoran's fingertips again. The strange arrow takes shape when Lin pulls the string. The 1st arrow is blocked by the black lotus for less than a minute. Xan Yuanping has finished the spell in her hand. She forces out her essence blood as the medium of the spell. When Lin Luoran's 2nd arrow comes with a whistling sound, the black lotus feels the danger. The lotus with only 1 seed head grows rapidly. After getting Xan Yuanping's essence blood, it rotates at a high speed. 9 lotus seeds fly out from the seed head. Surprisingly, Xan Yuanping, the caster, is the first one to be hit away. Xan Yuanping crashes many booths. Her mouth is full of blood, but she looks up and laughs crazily. "You are finished, Lin Lun. Enjoy my surprise, ha! Lunatic." Lin Luoran finally believes that her opponent is a lunatic. Looking at Xan Yuanping's half-dead appearance, Lin Luoran knows that this seemingly mysterious evil spell is a trick that will hurt both sides. 9 lotus seeds fly towards Lin Luoran. The 2nd arrow meets them and is extinguished for no reason. The lotus seeds each occupy a position and surround Lin Luoran. Lin Luoran retreats again and again. She is almost forced to the corner. Red silk, they are spitting out red silk, trying to trap her. This is just the appearance. Lin Luoran's face is flushed, and she soon feels that something is wrong with her body. The red silk weaves into a net. The sword can't cut it and the fire can't burn it. It is like the most lingering poison, trapping Lin Luoran in it. What on earth is this? Xan Yuanping manages to stand up and wipes the blood on the corner of her mouth. She smiles ferociously. "You must want to know what this is, right? It is called love silk. It is the grave I specially prepared for you. I want you to die with your old lover." Love silk. Although Lin Luoran hates Xan Yuanping's tone, she has to admit that the name is appropriate. This thing can't be cut off by sword or burned by fire. Isn't it the state of love between a man and a woman? Love is unforgettable. Can it also be a means of attack? Lin Luoran can't help but look at Li Anping. She has not loved him for a long time. How can Xan Yuanping use him to deal with her? Xan Yuanping brings Li Anping here to deal with her, Should she hide in the space again? In a flash, Lin Luoran denies this idea. No one knows how she hides. If she disappears in front of everyone again and the bead floats in the air, her secret will be exposed. Unless she can kill all three of them, she can't keep the secret of the bead after she gets out. A pearl that could allow a person to hide in it was obviously not a simple storage Dharma treasure. Ask Fire Phoenix for help? No, Fire Phoenix said it can't get out of the space now. So, does she really have to pin her hope on the last card? Lin Luoran doesn't know if Master Mu has started as scheduled. Why hasn't it worked yet? Is she wrong? Lin Luoran is trapped in the magic circle, worrying about gains and losses. On the other side, Xan Yuanping kicks Li Anping, who is already in fear, into the air. He hits the Black Lotus in the air. Soon, a scene that makes everyone present feel disgusted and nauseous. The winding stem of the Black Lotus, like a sharp needle, pierces into Li Anping's brain. The blood in his brain gurgles up along the stem. The translucent stem sends his blood to the lotus head, and the lotus head transmits it to the lotus seeds surrounding Lin Luoran. The red silk gradually becomes thicker. However, Li Anping doesn't die immediately. There is a twisted smile on his face. How can he smile? And feels that his stomach is rolling. What are you going to do? Xan Yuanping smiles charmingly. What am I going to do? I am sealing her in the name of love. Little Taoist, don't you think it is funny? Sealing Lin Luoran in the name of love? How can it be? This man is just a mortal. How can he be the lover of the talented Master Lin? Since Master Lin doesn't love him, how can she let the female devil do what she wants? Seeing Anne's confused look, Xan Yuanping doesn't explain further. Xan Yuanping believes that Black Lotus is good at spying on people's minds. Just like how Black Lotus led Lin Luoran to the devil, Black Lotus will make Lin Luoran relive the old dream and never wake up again. Looking at Lin Luoran's expression, Lin Luoran's dream has already started. Rong sees everything. Lin Luoran's expression is getting more and more abnormal. He tries to pull her several times, but he can't get close to Lin Luoran, who is surrounded by the red silk. Her eyes had already become misty. Chapter 246. The four major Buddhist schools join hands, and the spell conference in Jinling is unprecedentedly grand. They are not monks who cheat people of incense money, but cultivators with the power of Buddha. They are good at dispelling resentful spirits and releasing souls from purgatory. Although the hostility in the blood pool is unprecedented, the power of will of the citizens of Jinling and other Huaxia people is so great that everyone hopes these innocent victims can rest in peace and be reincarnated. Therefore, when the news of the spell conference in Jinling is spread out, people all over Huaxia talk about it. People casually say, "I hope they can be free as soon as possible." Because there are so many people who say it and people in Jinling have more direct expectations, they gather a huge power of will. The eminent monks set up a magic circle and take turns to chant sutras. The power of Buddha is bright and gentle. The ignorant, resentful spirits really dissipate and purify under the guidance of the power of Buddha. The blood pool is still the same, but the underground palace is not as bloody and horrible as the murder scene. When the resentful spirits disperse and the blood pool starts to clear up, the Black Lotus, who is stirring up trouble in the Dragon Palace thousands of miles away, finally feels something is wrong. It is like two armies in a stalemate fight, and one side suddenly has its food and fodder taken away from the rear. No matter how powerful it is, it will be shocked, scared. Because of this shock, the confusion in Lin Luoran's eyes dissipates a little. She pulls back some of her spiritual mind, and the scene of her being thrown away starts to appear in her dream again. Lin Luoran, whose spiritual mind is awake, feels that this scene has been played many times. She is a little confused. What is wrong with her today? As soon as she wakes up, the despair brewed by the Black Lotus is destroyed. Looking at the looping picture in front of her, Lin Luoran doesn't cry. Instead, she laughs. Even if it is a movie starring you, you will still feel bored after watching it so many times. Lin Luoran is so bored that she can't help yawning. Suddenly, she opens her eyes. She looks around and finds that the red threads around her body are still looking for an opportunity to drill into her body. She touches her face and finds that it is full of tears and a runny nose. Then she looks at the black lotus. Well, the clothes of the mummified corpse under the stem and leaves look familiar. Is it Lianping? Lin Luoran admits that she is a little sad at that moment, but the sadness is limited. It only lasts for a few seconds. Because Lin Luoran is sober, the spell completely fails. Lianping, as the medium of the spell, is the first to suffer. He is sucked dry by the black lotus, leaving only his skeleton and clothes. He can't be more dead. The man who used to be important to Lin Luoran is finally dead at this moment. The second one is Exan Yuanping. Her right hand, which was regenerated by witchcraft, is instantly dispirited. She spits out mouthfuls of black blood. It seems that she is dying. The third one is Lin Luoran. She is still in the circle, but the black lotus goes crazy for no reason. The lotus seeds explode one after another. Lin Luoran sets up countless defense shields, but she only holds on for a few seconds before she is blown away. She hits many shining booths and rolls into a pile of treasures. She vomits a lot of blood together with Exan Yuanping. All three sides were injured. Time makes the hero, and who was useless before, suddenly becomes the only one who can decide the outcome of the battle. Little Taoist, why don't you do it? Exan Yuanping lies on the ground. She coughs violently. It seems that she has been injured again, and doesn't know what to do. Killing Lin Luoran once or twice doesn't make any difference. However, seeing that Lin Luoran is seriously injured and her face is still wet, An's heart softens. He is not cruel to begin with. He hesitates for a moment. Suddenly, a golden light rises in front of Lin Luoran, who is rolling on the ground with many treasures. What? Rong is stunned while trying to help Lin Luoran up. That's right. Everyone who enters the Hall of Nothingness has to choose a treasure. Why does Miss Lin choose this one? Lin Luoran smiles bitterly. It's not up to her to decide. There are no treasures around her. She was hit by something when her right hand fell on the ground. The Hall of Nothingness automatically thinks that she chose it. It's such a life-threatening coincidence. It's so unfair. She throws a few circulation boluses into her mouth to prevent her injury from worsening. Now An doesn't have to choose. Lin Luoran is choosing a treasure. If she is unlucky and chooses a powerful weapon, everyone will have to stay in the Hall of Nothingness as loyal dogs. Is Lin Luoran so unlucky? The silver fish is like a child, so the fire phoenix doesn't dare to laugh at her. She feels so wronged. How can she be unlucky? The sacred bead that has been passed down in the Lin family for generations is activated by her. Without the guidance of a good teacher, she is about to waste the effect of the flame fruit. At that time, the spirit grass that the little red snake has been guarding for years is picked by her and her spiritual mind is activated. Even when she falls into the abyss, she meets White Fairy, a chi trainer who looks smart but is actually stupid. When she comes out, she sacrifices the poor little silver fish to the space. Buddha is merciful. If this is called bad luck, Fire Phoenix has lived for so many years and she can't find anyone who is luckier than her. Of course, Lin Luoran is in danger every time, so her good luck is not so eye-catching. Sometimes the Fire Phoenix suspects that a big boss is secretly taking care of her, arranging a shortcut for her and making many difficulties for her to hide from the search of the Tao of Nature. Is it true? The Fire Phoenix has been in a rusty head for a long time. It is the first time that it has analyzed Lin Luoran so thoroughly. As a half-soul and half-spirit, the Fire Phoenix is sweating. Only that person can do it, right? This is cheating under the nose of the Tao of Nature. How dare that person? The Fire Phoenix feels like it wants to die again. Unfortunately, it can't die again. It is so sad. The golden light is shining in Lin Luoran's palm. The treasure in her hand turns into a shell and a rattle. It is so embarrassing. However, no one dares to relax. Even Exan Yuanping can't relax before seeing what Lin Luoran has picked. The reason is that the treasure in Lin Luoran's hand takes a long time to change, much longer than before. In such a situation, this thing is not a powerful weapon. It must be a treasure. What kind of treasure is it? the golden light gradually disappears. The treasure in Lin Luoran's hand slowly appears in front of everyone. The final shape in her hand is a golden booklet. The hard paper and the style make Lin Luoran associate it with ancient memorials. It is a book without a name, so it can only be classified as a booklet. This time, the introduction of the Hall of Nothingness doesn't ring in everyone's mind. When they are thinking that it is a piece of trash, the small seal floating in the air makes a happy sound and swoops down. It automatically runs to Lin Luoran's right hand and leads her movement. A bright red seal is firmly stamped on the surface of the golden booklet. Lin Luoran is still trying to recognize the handwriting. Rong Donglin trembles and reads it out. The dragon, the seal of the Dragon King. The seal of the Dragon King? Is it something like the jade seal of the Dragon King of Dongting Lake? Exan Yuanping screams, "Impossible! How could you find it?" Needless to guess, everyone knew that this golden booklet was most likely what she was searching for no matter what. No one can accept that it is in the hands of their sworn enemy. Exan Yuanping starts to vomit blood as soon as she moves. She can't get the golden booklet and the seal at all. Grab the booklet and the seal. If she gets it, we will all die, she says with difficulty and gasps weakly. Grab it? And frowns. As soon as he moves, the golden booklet in Lin Luoran's hand shines and covers Lin Luoran and Rong Donglin. No one can get close to them. Lin Luoran is lost in thought. They have to take this chance to leave. And shakes his head at Exan Yuanping and strides out of the hall. Since the golden booklet and the seal are back, the gate of the Hall of Nothingness has been opened silently. Exan Yuanping is full of resentment, but she still grabs the naked lotus stem with only the lotus head left. She disappears in the blood mist. Lin Luoran is in a trance. Rong doesn't dare to disturb her, nor can he stop them from leaving. He can only walk around in the hall anxiously. The more he walks, the more anxious he is. He has to hold up the booths and put the treasures back to their places to calm himself down. After doing all this, Lin Luoran is still in a trance. Rong's eyes fall on the corpse of Lianping. This man lived a useless life and died a dishonorable death. It's a pity that the belt is gone. Rong hears clearly that it is a storage belt. Maybe Miss Lin can also use it. He exerts a little force and the belt falls off. Because the corpse is dry, the clothes are loose. Along with the belt, 10 big pearls, which were exchanged for the rhinoceros horn cup, roll out. You can't keep what you don't deserve. Rong takes back the pearls and wipes the belt with his clothes. He is determined to get rid of the smell of Lianping. Along the way, Rong has been worrying about how to survive from Exan Yuanping and how to find the soul wood and take it out. Now he can finally relax. He wipes his belt and falls asleep on the edge of a booth. 3 hours later, Lin Luoran wakes up from the trance. She smiles for a while and then worries for a while. Her expression is unpredictable. This small seal is indeed given by the Dragon King when he received the mandate of heaven. Together with it, there is also this Book of Heaven, or should it be called the Administrative Manual of the Dongting Dragon Palace. She has been wandering in the trance and witnessed the magnificent scene of the golden book and seal falling from the sky when the Dragon King was conferred the title. Of course, she doesn't doubt the authenticity of the book. She smiles because she has found a great opportunity on this trip. She has the golden book and seal. From now on, the Dongting Dragon Palace will belong to the Lin family. She worries that she is a commander without an army and a young cultivator in the level of laying foundation. It is not easy for her to complete the task entrusted by the former Dragon King. This is a big burden. Chapter 247. Miss Lin, they all ran away. Rong is woken up from his sleepiness. He murmurs in a daze. Lin Luoran smiles. It doesn't matter. We can go out slowly. They can't escape if I don't go out. She is now in charge of the golden book and golden stamp. The Dragon Palace has an owner, so 2 little cultivators can't come and go as they please. How can they escape if she doesn't open the door? The Dragon King left a letter saying that the Dragon Palace will be her reward after she completes the task. However, she can't touch it now. Lin Luoran doesn't know whether to laugh or cry. It turns out that she is the user, not the owner, just like the space. There is a big difference between the two. Fortunately, Rong Donglin has helped her tidy up the Hall of Nothingness. Lin Luoran is about to leave. She glances at Li Anping's body and sighs. She uses the cleaning spell to gather the ashes on the ground. For the sake of their past friendship, Lin Luoran is kind enough to help Li Anping collect his body. They go out and see the 7th and 8th halls, but they are also empty. It seems that the treasures of the dragon nationality are all hidden in the Hall of Nothingness. Lin Luoran is not a greedy person. She came to Dongting this time to find the soul wood. Although she only found a small piece, it is better than nothing. The Dragon Palace is really a windfall. She is lucky to have it. Out of the Jihua Palace, they walk along the path and through the mist. They come back to the weird thorny flower tree. Ellie's body has been covered by the sand in the flowerbed of the Dragon Palace. Her face is pale and her once beautiful eyes are wide open. It seems that she is unwilling to die. Lin Luoran checks with her spiritual mind and knows that Ellie is dead. Does she hate Ellie? Maybe she did. When she was humiliated by Ellie one day ago, Lin Luoran thought about how to get back at her. However, Ellie is dead now, so Lin Luoran can't whip her body. After a moment of silence, Lin Luoran casts a fireball. The fire burns on Ellie's body, and it soon turns into a pile of ashes. Lin Luoran puts Ellie and Li Anping together. She is going to bury them when they get out. Rong can't hide his expression of, "You are such a good person." Lin Luoran is a little annoyed. She explains, "I am polluting the environment here for myself." Rong chuckles and doesn't argue with her. The two of them had experienced life and death together. Their previous relationship between mercenary and friend had taken a big step forward. They had a tacit understanding of going through trials and tribulations together. They were now true friends. Lin Luoran doesn't care about his mockery. She puts away Ellie's ashes and rushes out of the hall. Lin Luoran doesn't see the two people who escaped before until she gets out of the gate of the inner hall. She doesn't care. The Dragon Palace has been locked by her. Without the stamp of the Dragon King in her hand, they can stay inside and wait for death if they want to hide. Lin Luoran was a little lazy. She wondered if they would starve themselves if she hadn't come to the Dragon Palace for a few years. There are pearls and treasures in the palace. Unfortunately, there is no food except for those beautiful but useless exotic flowers and herbs. Good luck. In the blue light, Lin Luoran and Rong are covered by the stamp. When she opens her eyes again, the sky is dyed with the rosy glow of dawn. The Dongting Lake not far away is dyed warm orange, which is lovely to see. Lin Luoran sees the Crazy Taoist first. In such a beautiful view, the Crazy Taoist's non-mainstream Taoist robe is always eye-catching and stands out. Master! At the same time, Lin Luoran also sees Huizhu, who is in a bad mood. With the Crazy Taoist here, she feels more confident. The Crazy Taoist smiles, "I came as soon as I received your paper crane. My dear apprentice, why don't you call me master? Are you mad at me?" Master? When did she become the disciple of the Crazy Taoist? Lin Luoran glances at Huizhu, who is silent. She suddenly feels tears in her eyes. It turns out that the Crazy Taoist wants to help her. The world of cultivation has always given her a mysterious master in the level of bearing essence. When Lin Luoran was in the level of training qi, Huizhu also used to protect himself. This misunderstanding deepens. Although she is getting stronger and stronger, she is still no match for Huizhu, who is unfathomably powerful. Now the Crazy Taoist comes here to protect her? Lin Luoran holds back her emotions and follows the Crazy Taoist's words. "How can I not be mad at you? You received the message a long time ago, but now you are here. The others are all supported by their masters. They bully me alone in the Dragon Palace." As soon as she finishes her words, Huizhu's eyelids twitch. The Crazy Taoist touches his beard. "It's my fault. It's my fault. My dear apprentice, come and meet my new apprentice, your school brother." Lin Luoran cheers up. She has seen a young man in a Taoist robe behind the Crazy Taoist. Because he keeps his head down, Lin Luoran can't see his face clearly. However, she guesses that he must be someone close to the Crazy Taoist. Sure enough, This is the apprentice of a senior in the level of bearing essence. Lin Luoran has to pay attention to him. When the young Taoist raises his head and solemnly says, "School Sister Lin," Lin Luoran feels that she is tongue-tied. Lu Zheng? School brother? Honestly, she is not pretending. Who can tell her how the jewelry owner became a Taoist in a blink of an eye? Lu Zheng seems to be a neat freak, right? He used to be meticulous. How can he stand the greasy, crazy Taoist? By the way, he doesn't wear his glasses. No wonder she can't recognize him. Even though the three of them are not from the same school, they are old acquaintances. Though it is inappropriate to talk about the soul with face-to-face, they have endless things to talk about. Hui Zhu is ignored, but he doesn't complain at all. Lin Luoran hates an Xen Yuanping for sneaking up on her, so she is not nice to the old Taoist Hui Zhu. The sky is bright and there will be many tourists on Mount June Island. However, Hui Zhu is still looking down. Lin Luoran is not in the mood to compete with him. She smiles and suggests to the crazy Taoist, "Master, you have been practicing hard. This time, you must go to the center of Chuan province with me for a while, okay?" Before the crazy Taoist says yes, Lu Zheng nods. He hasn't been home for 2 or 3 years. Though he has sent messages back, his parents must be very worried. It's time for him to go back. The crazy Taoist is crazy, so he doesn't put on airs in front of Rong Donglin, who is an ordinary person. The 4 of them are going back to Rong province together. Meanwhile, Huizhu's qi cultivation finally fails. "Lin, my fellow cultivator, did you see in my Taoist temple in the Dragon Palace in Dongting?" Lin Luoran says with a faint smile, "I didn't see the outstanding disciple of Qingqing Taoist temple. But there was a man who plotted against me like Xen Yuanping. Is he in? I haven't recognized him yet." Lin Luoran looks at Hui Zhu without saying a word. She is no longer a rookie who knows nothing. She has to figure out the relationship between Xen Yuanping and Hui Zhu today. It's a pity that she can't make public what happened in the Dragon Palace. Otherwise, when she goes back, she will publicize the cooperation between the senior disciple of Qingqing Taoist Temple and the female devil for free. She wants to see how Hui Zhu, who always acts like, "I am the leader of the righteous," will behave. Hui Zhu's horsetail whisk shakes slightly. "My fellow cultivator, you are often forgetful. The man you saw must be my evil disciple and please tell me where he is. If he offends me, I can take him back and strictly control him." Strictly control him? The superior of Qingqing Taoist Temple is so shameless. Just by saying strictly control him, he wants Lin Luoran to forgive him? Does he think that she is too kind and weak? Or does he think that she is a fool? She is about to get angry, but then she smiles and says, "Since Taoist Hui Zhu has said so, there is no problem. When I kill the evil woman, I will release an Taoist Hui Zhu. Please keep an eye on him. Don't contact the evil woman again, or else you will lose the face of Qingqing Taoist Temple." Lin Luoran's words are normal, but Hui Zhu's face changes. The crazy Taoist strokes his beard and says angrily, "Did the female devil bully you? When I help you take her down, you can kill her 100 times. Lu Zheng pinches his palm to stop himself from laughing. His master is not normal again. How can he kill a person 100 times? Just once. Well, he finally realizes that the crazy Taoist and Lin Luoran are playing a two-man show. There is no need for you to do it. Why don't you let me take this female devil back to Qingqing Taoist Temple and deal with her in front of all the cultivators in the world of cultivation? It has to be said that Taoist Hui Zhu has not lived in vain for over 100 years. Soon, he has a good excuse. The crazy Taoist laughs and says, "Little Taoist, I am crazy, but I am not stupid. I didn't tell you about your relationship with the woman named Xen because I want to save you some face. I can give her to you, but you need to take her far away from my disciple. Take the young Taoists of Qingqing Taoist Temple with you. After 100 years, if you change, I will let you come back. What do you think?" The woman named Xen has kidnapped many cultivators in the level of Qi. If you don't kill yourself to apologize, your damn master, the master of the master, will not let you go. The crazy Taoist threat is vague, but Lin Luoran is more straightforward. Between Xen Yuanping and you can only save one. This is my bottom line. Lin Luoran decides not to be a fool. She knows what the crazy Taoist means. He wants Qingqing Taoist Temple to move and live in seclusion for 100 years. He wants to create the greatest convenience for himself without killing anyone. After 100 years, if she doesn't die, the power of Qingqing Taoist Temple will not be a taboo anymore. On one hand, Qingqing Taoist Temple's 1,000-year reputation and Xan Yuanping's life are at stake. On the other hand, he has to give up his heir and the situation he has painstakingly built. Huizhu's Taoist heart is firm, but he can't help but waver. Forget it. If all his efforts are in vain, he might as well live in seclusion with Qingqing Taoist Temple. As long as the inheritance is still there, he can come back when he bears essence. I have made my choice. You can let her go. Chapter 248. I swear by the devil inside that all disciples of Qingqing Taoist Temple will live in seclusion for 100 years and move out of the center of Chuan. All disciples of Qingqing Taoist Temple will not take the initiative to attack anyone of the Lin family. If Huizhu knows this, he will kill them himself. As soon as Huizhu finishes his words, and Xan Yuanping are sprayed out of the well water. If Lin Luoran hadn't quickly created a mini-world, the water column would have been in chaos on Mount June Island, which is already bright and is not hurt. Although he is sprayed out by the water, he is still sober and hears Huizhu's words clearly. Move out of the center of Chuan? What is going on? And is confused. Abby Dean. Huizhu glances at him and says, and is expelled from Qingqing Taoist Temple from today. He is no longer a disciple of Qingqing Taoist Temple. And is like being struck by lightning. As the saying goes, a bolt from the blue. Just like how he feels at this moment, expelled? Did he do something wrong? Shaoan was puzzled. He looks at Lin Luoran and then at the crazy Taoist whom he can't figure out. Did Master Lin and the crazy Taoist coerce the Abby Dean together? Sometimes, a man's intuition is reliable. Lin Luoran just wants them to turn against each other and weaken the power of Qingqing Taoist Temple in the future. She doesn't want to keep an ungrateful person around. Temple Lord, Taoist Jr. An's talents are extraordinary. Are you going to give up on Shaoan for the evil woman? Lin Luoran seems to be kind, but she points out that it is not us who force your master to give up on you. He has a choice. Lu Jing, who is watching silently, almost laughs out loud. After 3 or 4 years, she seems to have become a little cunning. In a world where there are fights everywhere, she finally knows how to protect herself. Not bad, not bad. Huizhu closes his eyes and doesn't say a word. And is in a daze. He murmurs, that's good, that's good. He is not sure what is good. He thinks to himself that if he had chosen to help Lin Luoran kill the evil woman instead of Xan Yuanping in the Dragon Palace, he would not know how to face the Abby Dean when he comes out. Now, he was just chased out of the sect and had to face a battle between master and disciple. That was already considered good enough. Rationally, and can understand Huizhu's choice, but emotionally he can't accept it. He is an abandoned baby and Huizhu brought him up. They have been master and apprentice for so many years, but he still can't compare with the evil woman. Not to mention in Xian's pale face, Xan Yuanping crawls on the ground and screams, I don't need you to care. Who needs you to save me? Do you think I'll appreciate your kindness just like that? Dream on. Her injuries were very serious, and she was almost hanging on by a breath. She didn't know where she got the strength to say these brave words. Looking at her, Huizhu sighs. His stern face shows some pity. Maybe the pity stimulates Xan Yuanping. She coughs violently again. Looking at this scene, Lin Luoran's hair stands on end. Their reaction makes it seem that she is the wicked one. She broke up a master and an apprentice and prevented their family from recognizing each other. Tu Qiangyao is so disgusting. Maybe Huizhu doesn't want to let people watch the ethics drama for free. He reluctantly says goodbye and crushes a magic figure full of wood reiki. Then he flies away from Mount June Island with Xan Yuanping, who is still screaming. There are already tourists around Lui Well, which is a mini-world away from Lin Luoran and others. Rong is very curious why those people can't see them. However, and is soaked and sitting beside the well. What a sin! Young man, what's wrong with you? You can't jump into a well just because of love, right? The water on his body is connected to the water in the well. Obviously, he climbed up from the well. Besides, he doesn't belong to the spirit, so it seems that he is seeking death. Lin Luoran glances at an who is outside the mini-world and surrounded by people. Compared with killing and being abandoned by Hui Zhu is the biggest punishment for an, right? Master, let's go. The crazy Taoist nods. Lin Luoran and others turn around and is isolated outside the mini-world. Although he can't hear them clearly, he can see them clearly. Seeing that they are about to leave, he sneers, Master Lin, I didn't expect you to be such a person. What the Abbey Dean did was not wrong. The tourists just think that this young man is dizzy after falling into the water and is shouting at the empty pavilion. Lin Luoran raises her eyebrows and smiles. She turns around and says angrily, Who are you to judge what kind of person I am? What is the relationship between Hui Zhu and Xin Yuanping? Is her father or her lover? You are willing to help Hui Zhu cover up this shameful relationship, but it doesn't mean that I have the obligation to do so. Even if you sneak attacked me in the Dragon Palace, did I ever kill you to get back at you? It was Hui Zhu's choice to expel you. What does it have to do with me? Ridiculous. What Xin Yuanping did to the Lin family and other people in the world of cultivation, Hui Zhu wanted to protect her. He only asked the city of Qingqing to move out of the center of Chuan province and live in seclusion for 100 years. It's ridiculous that you call yourselves the leaders of the world of cultivation and do such a despicable thing. Don't you feel ashamed? That's all I have to say. Please don't call me master anymore. If you want to die, go ahead. If you want to go back and beg Hui Zhu to let you live in the city of Qingqing, it's your own business. Lin Luoran and the others leave without looking back, and is speechless because of the series of heart-wrenching words. His face is pale, but he can't refute Lin Luoran's words, because everything she had said was true. Walking to a place where there were few tourists, she put away the mini kiliacosm and asked a rhetorical question to vent the pent-up anger in her heart for a long time. The crazy Taoist goes crazy in front of the painted sculptures in the Xiangfei temple again. He says nonsense about coming to see the fairy again in a few days. Rong Donglin tries to walk without a stick to see if his injured foot is healed. Lin Luoran and Lu Jing have the chance to be alone. Seeing her gloomy expression, Lu Jing comforted her with a smile, You didn't do anything wrong in this matter. Just now, Master also secretly told me that you're broad-minded and don't stick to small grudges. You'll naturally have great opportunities in the future. Lu Zheng says comforting words, but he feels a little helpless. The greater Lin Luoran's luck in the future, the gap between them is not narrowing, which makes him feel conflicted. Lin Luoran laughs. Master, you don't want me to kill Hui Zhu and others, do you? Lu Zheng tilts his head and thinks for a while. He nods. Grandmaster said that it was not easy for him to cultivate to the late stage of laying foundation. You know, cultivation is getting more and more difficult nowadays. If we continue to fight with each other, we will only live in loneliness without our own kind in the future. Live in loneliness without our own kind? Lin Luoran ponders over these words and sighs with emotion. Is this the state of mind of a cultivator in the level of bearing essence? She is still far from it. However, the crazy Taoist is not an ordinary cultivator in the level of bearing essence. Lin Luoran realizes this fact after a long time. Lin Luoran thinks for a while, Xin Yuanping is a bit pitiful. It's not that Lin Luoran is trying to be a good person, but it's the truth. Lin Luoran can't forgive Xin Yuanping for what she has done. Lin Luoran is clear about the fact that Xin Yuanping is poor. Unexpectedly, Lu Zheng nods. She is not very happy to have a father who values the reputation of his school and himself. I thought he was my master. Lin Luoran covers her mouth. She said that Hui Zhu is Xin Yuanping's father in a moment of anger. She didn't expect it to come true, and even she is surprised. That's right. If they weren't blood relatives, Hui Zhu wouldn't have chosen Xin Yuanping over and so easily. When Xin Yuanping took her to the blood pool in the underground palace, she heard Xin Yuanping talking about her painful history. Xan Yuanping said that Xan Yuanping was expelled by her master. Lin Luoran keeps it in mind. Later, she gradually connects these things. When N and Xan Yuanping work together in the Dragon Palace, Lin Luoran thinks she knows the truth. Lu Jing shakes his head. You are wrong. She is Huizhu's biological daughter. He points to the crazy Taoist who is still crazy. Obviously, he heard this gossip from the latter. The crazy Taoist's behavior is illogical. Besides, he has lived for a long time, so it is not surprising that he knows some gossip. Lin Luoran naturally has no doubt about Lu Zheng's words. Lu Jing sees that Lin Luoran is no longer depressed, so he doesn't mind to talk about gossip to distract her. You will never know who Xan Yuanping's former master is. He keeps Lin Luoran in suspense, and sure enough, he attracts Lin Luoran's attention. What? Judging from her tone, could it be that she knew her master? It's Grandpa Gua. Grandpa Gua? God, compared with the fact that Huizhu is Xan Yuanping's father, Lin Luoran can't accept the fact that Grandpa Gua is her former master. Something is wrong. If so, the most powerful person in the world of cultivation is her father, and Grandpa Gua, a cultivator in the level of laying foundation, is her master. Xan Yuanping is the princess of the world of cultivation. Why does she play with evil? Lin Luoran feels that Xan Yuanping has nothing better to do. However, Lu Zheng tells her some gossip in a low voice. Xan Yuanping is possessed by the devil, and Lin Luoran is in the level of laying foundation. There is a reason why Lin Luoran entered the blood pool. Xan Yuanping was sent to Grandpa Gua, which is similar to Baojia's great-grandmother. How to put it? Xan Yuanping's mother is immortal without the Taoist root. According to Lu Zheng, the reason why Huizhu, who is talented, likes this mortal is also related to the Dongting Dragon Palace. I don't know where he got the news about the Dragon Palace, but he wants the treasures in the Dragon Palace. He wants the blood of Xan Yuanping's mother. Miss Xan and the Lady of Fortune House are actually sisters of the same clan. Don't look at me like that. It's all true. Lin Luoran shivers and mourns for Huizhu. Ellie and Xan Yuanping are sisters of the same clan, but he can suck the blood of others without mercy. Poor people must be hateful. After all, Xan Yuanping is the descendant of a mortal woman. Her Taoist root is not good. Huizhu sends her to Master Gua. He probably hides her identity. At least, Xan Yuanping doesn't know it at that time. Later, she somehow learns the secret and does something unacceptable to Master Gua. She is expelled from the family. You can guess what happened next. Lin Luoran is speechless. The Taoist root, the same Taoist root. If Xan Yuanping's Taoist root is pure, will Huizhu not send her away from the beginning? Lin Luoran thinks about the child who is not recognized by her father. No wonder the crazy Taoist tries to persuade them to reconcile. Isn't it the same as what happened to Jiang Mingyue? Is it because Baojia's great-grandmother died that the crazy Taoist does this? It makes sense. Lin Luoran sighs. It is said that immortals and mortals are different. However, cultivators like them who are struggling on the path of cultivation are still far away from the realm of immortals. However, the problem of the Taoist root is really bothersome. Not to mention the problem of her mother's Taoist root. Does cultivation really have to be like Huizhu, giving up the relationship between father and daughter and husband and wife? Lin Luoran feels that she is lost. She tries to get rid of the confusion, but another idea comes up and bothers her. Ah! Lin Luoran screams. Lu Zheng is startled. What's wrong with you? I have to find that fisherman. Liao. There must be something wrong with Liao. She has to ask him about the Dragon Palace. Chapter 249. Liao? Liao has sold his fishing boat. Lin Luoran is destined to get nothing. His neighbors who have been fishing with him for so many years suddenly realize that they only know his surname, Liao, but they don't know where he lives or what his full name is. That's weird. Lin Luoran can only grit her teeth and return to our city. Rong knows that she has taken over the Dragon Palace, so he refuses to take her pearls. In his eyes, those pearls are already marked with Lin Luoran's label. No matter how hard Lin Luoran tries, He only chooses 10 pearls as the reward for this trip. As for the cat's eye stone ring, Lin can only see that it is full of water reiki. She doesn't know what it is used for. The ring has chosen Rong as its owner. Rong can't refuse, so he keeps it. As for the storage belt, Rong is not a cultivator, so it is useless for him. Rong sells it to Lin Luoran at a low price. Lin Luoran forces Rong to give her the money. Rong is too embarrassed to accept it, so Lin Luoran gives him a small apartment in an elevator building newly developed by Zheng's company. The apartment is 140 square meters, only 2 streets away from Lin's house. Zheng insists on giving Lin Luoran an insider price, so he only takes 1 million yuan from Lin Luoran. The price of housing in our city is not expensive in the whole country. However, an elevator apartment in such a location and of such a high quality can't live in it. Rong gets the key and walks into the apartment in a daze. When he comes out, he still can't believe that he has become a man with a house. His hometown in Xi'an is not a good place. Seeing how the Lin family treats him, Rong is ready to sell himself to the Lin family. He plans to bring his family here and settle down in our city in the future. Mr. Zheng is a big loser. 1 million yuan is given to him with fine decoration and home appliances. The house is decorated with the best materials, but it is not ostentatious. It looks like a home. Yan Feng is envious of Lin Luoran. He only regrets that he didn't study well. No matter how generous Lin Luoran is, she can't feed him for free. The house is indeed less stinky than cash. Everyone is happy at the moment. Lin Luoran is a little embarrassed. Only an honest man like Rong wouldn't accept a storage belt with 1 million yuan. Lin Luoran feels sorry for Rong and feels ashamed. Of course, the belt is given to Mr. Lin. Mr. Lin is now a decent cultivator in the early stage of training Qi, so it makes sense that he doesn't have some cultivation supplies. There is also the broadsword she picked up at the gate of the Dragon Palace. Lin Luoran feels that it is too rough to carry a broadsword. However, Mr. Lin likes it very much. He chooses a broadsword and tries to find a master to learn from. He smiles all day long. The first thing Lin Luoran does when she gets home is to take over the Qingqing Taoist Temple. The Qingqing Taoist Temple is empty. Huizhu didn't take many belongings with him. Lin Luoran arranges for it, and then the crazy Taoist comes with Lu Zheng. She doesn't know until now that the crazy Taoist seems to want to occupy other people's ancestral home. In fact, he wants Baojia. Few people know that there is a small wood reiki mine under the Qingqing Taoist temple. The crazy Taoist has a secret method that can extract the vitality of wood reiki to nourish Baojia's body. Wood is the main vitality. Maybe Baojia can wake up earlier? As for the piece of soul wood, Lin Luoran is surprised to find that it has germinated after being nourished by the spring water in the space. Lin Luoran secretly keeps the embryo and gives the wood to the crazy Taoist. Lin Luoran is not greedy for the soul wood. Since it can be planted in the space, it will be an extra layer of protection to save Baojia. Lin Luoran plans to plant it herself. However, the crazy Taoist is surprised after taking the soul wood. Yes, Lin Luoran has never seen such a surprised expression on his face. It is an eye-opener for her. This wood is still alive. It has vitality. That's great. Lin Luoran soon knows why the crazy Taoist is even crazier than she is. She just planted the wood in the space, but the crazy Taoist is going to use the resources of the Qingqing Taoist temple to cultivate this vital wood. Give me 2 years and I will be able to accelerate its growth. It should be enough to use it on Baojia. Accelerate its growth? Lin Luoran is speechless. She wants to say that she is the best at this. She doesn't need to use the resources of the Reiki mine under the Qingqing Taoist temple. After all, she has never seen a real spirit stone. However, she can't expose the space. Lin Luoran can only pinch her nose and keep silent. She lets the crazy Taoist settle Baojia in the Lin family, and she goes to look for the spirit stone to cultivate the soul wood. The Lin family's house is full of Reiki. Mrs. Lin cleans Baojia's room every day and puts many flowers in every corner. Mrs. Lin has already known about Baojia's situation. Although Lin Luoran promises that she will only wait for 2 years, she is still scolded. She shouldn't have hidden it from the beginning. Alas. Baojia, wait for 2 years. We will wake you up at the best time. At that time, you can design the jewelry you like. Baojia, the Lin family is full of Reiki now. Your cultivation will be twice the result with half the effort. You must wake up. After giving Luodong a lesson, Rong sees Lin Luoran staring at the guest room in a daze. He is a little envious. The girl sleeping in the guest room must be Sister Lin's good friend. What kind of friendship can make Sister Lin break into the Dragon Palace to save her? Time flies. It is autumn again. The leaves of the trees outside the Lin's house have begun to fall. The crazy Taoist comes from the north. He is working on the soul wood in the Qingqing Taoist temple alone. Lu Jing follows him all over the world. In fact, he doesn't see Lin Luoran much, which makes him feel sorry. I say, if you don't want to, you should take the initiative. The crazy Taoist has nothing to do, so he kindly gives advice to Lu, who is too passive. Lu Zheng blushes and shakes his head with a smile. Baojia is like a little sister to him. Now that the crazy Taoist is his teacher, they are closer. Lu Zheng naturally has to wake Baojia up first. The deeper reason is that Lu Zheng is still not confident. Lin Luoran is already a cultivator in the level of laying foundation, while he is only at the early stage of training qi. The crazy Taoist said that he is not talented enough. He seems to be putting on a strong front, but he is actually afraid that he will delay Lin Luoran in the future. Let's wait a little longer. Finally, one day, he can stand side by side with Lin Luoran and be worthy of her. Of course, Lin Luoran doesn't know that Lu Zheng is still in love with her. She has a lot to think about when she is cultivating with her family. One day, when she plans to make boluses, she remembers that the butterfly bush flower is still missing for the foundation-laying bolus. In the tribe for cultivators, a cultivator with the ID, Tofu, has sent her countless private messages. Lin Luoran tries to reply to him, but he is online. This cultivator is smart. He knows that Master Lin will not be stingy, so he has already dug out the butterfly bush flower in his spare time. Hearing Lin Luoran's inquiry, he is ready to come to our city in person to exchange. Lin Luoran doesn't care. She has to check the quality of the spirit herbs first. She spends most of her time cultivating and eating every day. Her life is full and leisurely. Lin Luoran tidies up her space and finds that there is a pile of rabbit fur in the corner. The rabbit fur looks like a lamb, but its fur is shiny and warm. Everyone loves it to make clothes. As expected, Mrs. Lin and Wang Miao love it so much that they each pick a color to make a coat. When the three of them are discussing where to send the fur, Mr. Lin comes in with a smile. Look, who's here? Behind him is a girl in red. Her nose is red from crying and her eyes are like those of rabbits. She is Li Shi, who has been caught and hasn't seen for a long time. Senior Sister Lin. Boo, I'm sorry, Senior Uncle Lin. This crying bag was once again given to everyone by Jean Daodu. Seeing that Li Shi is holding her hand and her sleeve is stained with tears and snot, Lin Luoran feels that Li Shi is raising a daughter out of wedlock. Lin Luoran says helplessly, "Don't call me Master Lin. I prefer it when you call me Miss Lin." Li Shi follows Lin Luoran's advice and immediately says, "Miss, you have to save me. My master is going to beat me to death." Mrs. Lin has no time to look at the fur. She holds Li Shi's hand and calls her daughter, "Stay here and see who dares to beat you to death." Lin Luoran and Wang Miao look at each other. If her master is not so fond of her, how can he spoil such a naive apprentice? Lin Luoran doesn't believe that Shi Heng is going to beat her to death. However, seeing that Li Shi is out of breath, Lin Luoran knows that it is useless to ask. She goes to the kitchen and makes a cup of tea for Li Shi. The warm honey pomelo tea is wild honey and the pomelo is produced in the space. It tastes delicious. Li Shi takes a sip and finally calms down. "Come and look at the fur. I can make a dress for you, okay?" Seeing that Lin Luoran doesn't ask her why, Li Shi is stunned. Then she follows Lin Luoran to look at the fur. Black is good. White is good too. Want both? Li Shi loves the furry material so much that she can't put it down. Lin Luoran rolls her eyes. "You can only choose one color." Li Shi'er is in a dilemma. Mrs. Lin and Mr. Lin finally realize that Li Shi'er is not telling the truth. They walk away hand in hand. Wang Miaoyi laughs at Li Shi'er. Look at you. You are too old to cry. You are such a disgrace to me. Li Shi'er stomps her feet. I'm telling the truth. My master said that he doesn't want me anymore. He wants to kill me. Lin Luoran smiles. There must be a reason. Tell me. If your master is wrong, I will help you, okay? Li Shi'er's eyes light up and she tells Wang the reason. Hearing the last part, Wang Miaoyi spits out the tea in her mouth. What? You ran away from your marriage. Wang Miaoyi is shocked. It turns out that there are arranged marriages in the world of cultivation. Wang Miaoyi is amazed that Li Shi'er ran away from her marriage. She pats on Li Shi'er's shoulder and says, I didn't know that you are so daring. Li Shi'er wrinkles her nose. Don't laugh at me. My master wants me to marry an individual cultivator. He is only at the early stage of training qi. I will marry him. Chapter 250. Even though the reason is a bit funny, Li still lives in Lin's house. She and Baojia have been living together for 3 years and they have a good relationship. Hearing about Baojia's situation, she cries and cries. She often goes to Baojia's bedside to talk to her. Baojia lies quietly on the bed with her eyes closed. No one knows if she can hear them or not. It is already September. There is a big event in Lin's family. Luo Dong is going to middle school. He has good grades and is admitted to a famous middle school in the R city. His good friend Wei Shui is not good at her job and misses this middle school by 1 point. Wei Shui is very arrogant. She doesn't want to pay for the expensive school selection fee, so she chooses a middle school in the west of the city. They make an appointment to be deskmates in high school. What surprises Lin is that the mysterious grandfather of Huang Weijian also comes to the surface at this time. One day, she goes on the BBS and receives a private message. It is from the unfilial apprentice, who sent her an alchemy furnace. There is only one paragraph in the message. He asks Lin to take care of Huang Weijian and the first batch of boluses will be the reward for taking care of Huang. Huang Weijian has only one family member, his missing grandfather. Lin can't help but ask him. On the other hand, the first batch of bolus he promised was more than enough to send Huang Weijian to study abroad. After asking Huang Weijian's opinion, Luo Dong and Huang became classmates again. Lin laughs at this awkward kid. He treats Luo Dong as his friend, but he pretends to be indifferent. It is so funny. Sister, Huang said that we are going to support him? Luo Dong is worried that Wei Shui will be separated from him because of her family. He is the happiest. Lin looks at Huang Weijian who is silent and shakes her head. This boy grows up in adversity. He is more tolerant than Luo Dong. Lin is afraid that he has a strong self-esteem. She explains to Luo Dong seriously, I am not supporting him. I owe his grandfather something valuable. I am paying for his tuition because his grandfather asked me to. It is an equal exchange. The boy raises his head in surprise. Asked by his grandfather? Could it be that the old man was still alive? No matter how precocious the youth was, he was still just a 13-year-old youth. Suddenly losing a loved one was one of the reasons why his life had been bitter this year. More importantly, the loneliness and despair of being left alone in the world would gnaw at the youth's tenacious heart in the dead of night. Was Grandpa really not dead? Then where did he go? The breeze blows Huang's bangs away. The boy stares at Lin Luoran expectantly. His eyes are bright, full of hope and vigor. Lin Luoran can't give him an accurate answer. He is also sending a message. I don't know where he is. But what I said is true. You can stay at Lin's house in the future. Huang Weijian is very disappointed. He grits his teeth and says, I can't live in Lin's house. I'm afraid that Grandpa will suddenly come back one day and can't find me. I have to live at home. Lin Luoran's heart softens. She smiles at him encouragingly and stops the topic. Mrs. Lin asks Huang Weijian to stay for lunch. Huang Weijian rushes home in a daze. Luo Dong chases after him. Hey, Huang Weijian, wait a minute. Lin Luodong comes back after a long time. He is absent-minded when he is eating. What's wrong? Huang Weijian doesn't want us to pay for his tuition? Lin Luoran puts down her bowl and asks Luodong. Luodong shakes his head. I'm thinking about how to help him find his grandpa. I've never seen Huang Weijian so miserable. Before Lin Luoran can say anything, Li Shi-er rubs his head and says, You should let us adults worry about this kind of thing. Just study hard. Sister she is an adult. Luodong can't help but stick out his tongue. Sister you should worry about your fiancé. You little brat. Li Shi-er's face turns red. Her running away from the wedding has become a laughing stock. Now the hottest topic on the forum is the gossip about Li Shi-er running away from the wedding. Male cultivators, come on. The three people of Lin's family burst into laughter. Li Shi-er running away from the wedding is indeed the right choice. She is still a big kid. How can she get married? Today is the day when the school officially starts. Luodong, Wei Shui, and Huang Weijian have become close friends. The three of them have a secret meeting in the park on the night before the school starts. Even though they are not in the same class, they still want to be good friends. Of course, Huang Weijian can't say it out loud, but he doesn't object. Lin and Wei Shui take it as a yes. Luodong arrives early and sees the name list. Huang Weijian is in the same class as him. He puts down his bag and goes to the balcony to wait. He is afraid that Huang Weijian is introverted and doesn't know how to ask for directions. The autumn sun shines through the clouds. It is a nice day. There are many people in the school. Many parents come with their children. They tell their children to stay at the school gate and don't want to leave. Luodong sighs. They are already in junior high school. Why do they need their parents to send them to school? Even Lin Luoran refuses to be picked up by his parents and rides a bike here by himself. Luodong looks around. Before he sees Huang Weijian, he sees another acquaintance. Ma Ming. Ma Ming is being hugged by his mother, who is here to send him off. Ma Ming keeps saying my son, and my sweetheart. Ma Ming sees Luodong on the second floor and he blushes. Damn it. How could he see such a shameful thing? He wipes his mother's lip print and climbs up to the second floor. He's out of breath. Luodong, why are you still haunting me? Will I still be in the same class as you? Luodong laughs. If you were in the 8th class, you would still be in the same class as me. But, Ma Ming, with your grades, why did you come here? Ma Ming is speechless. He hasn't seen Luodong for a whole summer vacation. Luodong has become sharper. The chubby boy is angry. It's none of your business. Luodong approaches Ma Ming and pretends to be fierce. Your brothers didn't come with you. If you dare to be arrogant again, Huang Weijian and I will beat you up together. Ma Ming stares at Luodong with his small eyes wide open. He is so angry. Luodong, who has always been bullied by them, dares to threaten him. What is wrong with the world after only one summer vacation? The laughter of a silver bell came from downstairs. The two teenagers looked down together and saw a group of people passing by. The leader was a woman with a high nose and deep facial features. She had chestnut-colored wavy hair. The autumn in Chengdu was still very hot, but she was wearing a beige windbreaker. She was very tall. She must have heard the threats of the teenagers when she passed by, so she couldn't help but laugh. Foreign woman. Ma Ming's small eyes are shining with a light that doesn't match his age, and he seems to be drooling. Luodong pushes him. The chubby boy stares at him and calmly wipes his saliva. He tries to be a good student and says, "Hello, foreign sister." The foreign woman giggles. My surname is not foreign, her tongue is curled, which is a common problem when foreigners speak Huaxia language. However, it is not standard, which makes her voice very nice. Ma Ming giggles. Luodong doesn't know where she learned this from. The foreign woman laughs even harder. Principal Bao, your classmates are so interesting. Principal Bao curses in his mind. You must be kidding. This way, please. Ma Ming finally sees the group of people downstairs. Foreign sister is not alone. The principal he saw on the school website is standing next to her. There are several foreigners and some middle-aged people who are obviously school leaders. Ma Ming recognizes Principal Bao at first glance. It's not that the chubby boy has a good memory, but that Principal Bao's hair is very distinctive. The chubby boy immediately shrinks his head. Ludong's sight is blocked by Ma Ming. As Ma Ming shrinks his head, Luodong is exposed. The foreign woman suddenly turns around and smiles at Luodong. Ma Ming envies Luodong. However, Luodong feels that there is something familiar in the woman's smile, which makes the morning colder. It's strange. He doesn't know any foreigners. Why does he feel familiar? While he was thinking, he accidentally saw Huang Weijian appear at the corner of the teaching building. Huang Weijian. Luodong welcomes Huang more warmly than when he saw Ma Ming. He keeps waving to the corner. Ma Ming takes a look. Huang's hair is still covering his eyes. Huang is walking slowly. Even in the most ordinary school uniform, he looks calm in the sunshine. What bad luck! Ma Ming curses in a low voice and sneaks back to the classroom. Huang's shabby canvas bag is very eye-catching. Many students are pointing at him, but he turns a deaf ear to them. When he sees Luodong waving at him from the balcony on the second floor, he doesn't even notice the warmth in his cold eyes. He is still walking slowly, carrying the shabby bag. In the bag, there is a writing brush, which makes him feel safe. When he passed by the place where the previous group of people stood, the writing brush hidden in the canvas bag suddenly trembled violently. If he hadn't covered it quickly, it would have jumped out of the bag in broad daylight, which would have scared people to death. What did Grandpa say? There is a monster. This is obviously very bad news for a boy who has just arrived at his new school on the first day of school. They are tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.